tonight is no different. District game between these two teams, Greg. I'm joined by Greg Ceriti tonight. My name is Tim Dean, and we welcome you to tonight's broadcast here in district play. Liberty Hill is undefeated in district play, and Burnet is winless in district play. Greg, this is a rivalry game, and I know that Liberty Hill has won the last 5 contests between these two teams, but a rivalry nonetheless.
You're putting 5 wins against your rival, so that's a great thing when you talk about the Battle of 29, they used to call it, Tim, back in the day. And this Burnet team, storied school here in Central Texas, state titles, players that went on to play on into the NFL. Tim, a lot of good history here with this school. But right now, ebbs and flows. These guys are down. Liberty Hill is up, and they're going to take the brunt of it tonight. But a young, scrappy football team. And Liberty Hill's not taking them for granted. But,
Greg, being a rivalry game, going into this week, all week long, getting prepared, Burnet getting prepared for this team, is this a trap game? Could this be a trap game for the Panthers?
Every game's a trap game. If you talk to the coaches, they're going to have them ready to go every single week. These kids grew up playing together. They played youth basketball, youth football, youth baseball against one another, sometimes playing with each other, I'm sure, on select teams and whatnot. So the rivalry is embedded in that familiarity that these kids have with one another, and when they put these colors on, they're going to get their best.
Well, on Liberty Hill's side, going into this game, winning 5, preparing for this game, this rivalry game, how bad did these Panther players want it?
They want to keep that streak going. They want to make it 6. These guys have this class right here, this senior class, has never lost to Burnet.
That is true.
And so you say, hey, we want to keep that going and pass it on to the next class and make sure that those guys don't suffer a loss either.
Right. Burnet has a pretty good offense. They have a very young quarterback. They have a sophomore quarterback, Jackson Denton, and a sophomore running back, Marcus Escamilla. How does youth play into a game like this?
They don't know any better. They're young. They're sitting across from this Liberty Hill team. A couple turnovers here, a couple bad breaks there, and these guys, with the talent that they have, who knows what could happen? That's why they line up and play them.
And just on the flip side, the pressure could get to them as far as the Liberty Hill defense. The defense has been playing great.
Absolutely. When you look back at the great teams from Liberty Hill, the guys that went into the playoffs and won those state titles, yes, the offense was great. The slot T was working just fine and was humming on all cylinders, but it really was the defense that turned things around and made it to where defense wins championships. That's what they say. And this team is starting to come together right about the right time. Seniors, you're talking about Wyatt Cheney, absolute ball player in the secondary, patrolling that secondary, and then Walker Beatty on the line and Corey Jellison, Trey Riley. I mean, up and down the board, these guys just have great players on that defensive side and are scheming really well and getting the ball back to the offense quickly.
Offensively for Liberty Hill, there's one name that comes forward in Kyle Harrison, but I'm going to deflect a little bit off of Kyle Harrison because he's getting his name in the paper and called all the time. He is the marquee name, if you would say, but that's not all this Panther offense has in the backfield.
It never is. They're going to have 2, 3, 4 running backs that can just come out of nowhere. Tim, we started this season. Blake Simpson wasn't anywhere on the depth chart. I didn't see him. We didn't see him these first couple games. And then comes into Manor, has a couple big runs, and now here he is. 5 touchdowns, 400 yards rushing. And if it wasn't for Kyle Harrison, you'd be talking about Blake Simpson all the time because that's the kind of back that he is.
You even have a converted offensive lineman in Christian Taggart that is now getting some totes in the backfield, playing guard at the beginning of the season, starting on the offensive line. It just goes to show you, next man up. There's been 5 different players play fullback for the Panthers this year. That's been a sort of an Achilles heel, as you might say, for if there's one negative, it's that they've lost some players in the backfield to injury. But next man up.
Credit the system. Credit these coaches for having a system that is easily replicatable for the next man up to be able for that to happen. And you got to put that in the coaching staff.
Right.
For those guys to be able to put a system in place and to coach it as well as they do. We talk about some of the coaches on this team that have played on this team, so they know what it takes to
Right.
make it run well.
Right. And is there anything you're looking forward to tonight out of this matchup?
You know, love to see the young guys from Burnet, see what they're going to do against this Liberty Hill defense. But I always like to see Jacob Kearley carrying out those fakes, doing what he needs to do to run this offense. He is such a leader. When you talk about a quarterback and what that quarterback does for your team, it starts with him. He's making the decisions and he's carrying out the fakes. He really makes it hard for the defense to find that ball. And so, I really love to watch him play. And then, of course, I've had to think for Blake Simpson as soon as he stepped on the field. So I love to see him run high. He runs up high, and it just doesn't look like he should be as effective as he is. But I tell you what, he runs the ball hard.
Well, speaking of Jacob Kearley, the quarterback for the Panthers, I'm inviting you and requesting that you stick around at halftime. I have a special interview with Coach Walker that we will have at halftime. He talks about Jacob Kearley, and he actually tears up a little bit talking about his quarterback. Please stick around at halftime and listen to this interview that I have with Coach Walker. Not about Burnet. It's about some of the unsung heroes that really don't get their name called a lot on this Panther team that contribute quite a bit in names that are not scoring touchdowns. So stick around, listen to that interview here at halftime. I think you're in for quite a treat. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem for this contest and get this game underway. You are listening to Liberty Hill Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPETexas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
1, 2, 3, hit it! More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man!
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
Welcome to back to the broadcast here in Burnet. We're at Bulldogs Stadium. This is where Liberty Hill is playing their away game tonight. And folks, I do want to apologize for the broadcast not being done during the home games. The budget for the school district didn't have enough money to cover the home games, and we are going to be here for your away games and your playoff run for this Liberty Hill Panther run in the playoffs. And this team is special. This team could make a good, significant run in the playoffs.
Once you get there, it's always about the next game, and that's the first game is the most important. It's one and done, as they say. So you just got to make sure that you're not looking ahead and you're doing what you need to do. And this is one of the best teams in the state in this class, and so yeah, you're looking for them to make a big push. And if you're another team in this in 4A, you don't want to see Liberty Hill in that playoff schedule for sure, unless it's down to the end.
I do want to talk about, I had Dr. Hart on here a couple of weeks ago when we had a game, and one of the things he did, he talked about the bond election coming up, Greg. And for people that are listening that live in the community, Liberty Hill campuses, I want to let you know, will be over capacity by the year 2021. They'll be over capacity. Can you believe that? This school district is growing at a phenomenal rate. But there's good news. The bond package is there to help alleviate the issue, and better yet, the bond issue with no tax rate impact. The bond does not have a tax rate impact. If the bond passes, congestion, overcrowding will be eased across the entire district. This includes realigning the elementary schools to kindergarten to 5th grade and the middle school to 6th and 8th grade. That better aligns students with both age-appropriate curriculum and UIL programs. Vote for the bond. Vote for the bond election to help the students in the district, and it does not affect your tax rate. So that's an amazing thing. Make sure you get out and vote. Well, we are just about getting ready for the national anthem. The Panthers have come onto the field, and the Bulldogs are ready. And we are going to have the coin flip here in just a moment. Greg, you been in the coin flip?
I have, Tim.
Tell me what goes on in. I didn't get a chance to do that in high school. What's going on in the coin flip? What's happening here?
So the first thing you want to do, Tim, is you want to try to intimidate the other team when you're walking.
Do you
out there.
growl at them?
You might have to growl or something. I know that there are some of the defensive players are going to try to look tough, and they're going to shake hands. But it's the first time you're seeing them, and
Yeah.
you're going to go out there. You're going to shake their hands, and like I said, just try to impose some of your will right at the start.
Right. So did you have a trick?
I really didn't, and I tell you what, this is a funny story. The very first time that I went out for a kickoff and we won the toss. I won the toss. I was very, young freshman, and the ref looked at me and he said, "Well, what do you want to do?" I said, "Well, we want to kick off in the second half." So the other team received the ball in the first half because that's what they selected, and they received it in the second. So I got in trouble with my coach.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you did.
That's why you defer.
Defer. That's a decision. You just defer.
So that egg on my face on that, Tim, but it didn't happen again. It didn't happen again.
Yeah, well, they have went out there and had the coin flip. Liberty Hill is in their away white jerseys, purple pants, purple numerals, purple helmet with a gold LH on the side of the helmets. Burnet is in their home green, white pants, white helmets with a bulldog on the side of the helmet. We are going to take a moment and break here for the national anthem.
The United States flag located in the west end zone is being raised by Troop 289 and members of Veterans of Foreign Wars. Please remain standing and join the Burnet High School 3-4 in the playing of our national anthem.
And we are about ready to play this contest tonight, Greg. The crowd is, it's hard to tell about the size of the crowd on Liberty Hill side because the bleachers aren't very deep.
This Liberty Hill fan base travels well. We've seen it. They support this team. It helps when you're off and having a good run like this Liberty Hill team is having. But they do come out and support, and they're wearing purple. I see some of those Burnet T-shirts around here, Tim.
Well, you may need to explain what that is.
Bulldog lashing. These Panthers have won 5 games in a row. Back to 2013, 14-7, 2014, 23-15, 2015, 47-28, and it just keeps getting 44-28 in 2016, and last year 59-14. So Tim,
right?
It really has been a lashing, and they're not letting them forget it.
Well, Liberty Hill is kicking off. They're going from our left to the right. If you are listening and you want to go left to the right, so they're coming from the left, going to the right. Burnet has 2 guys back deep. Looks like Brian Silva, and can't read the number of the other one, but Shipley is on set to kick off and does. He kicks a deep one, and it's going into the end zone, and that is Jackson Denton just received that ball, and they're going to bring it out to the 25-yard line.
We talked a little bit about the Shipleys earlier.
Yep.
What a luxury for a coach to have interchangeable kickers and touchback whenever they want, but he can also position it really well as well. They're 2 talented kickers, the Shipley brothers.
Well, here comes Burnet's offense onto the field, and young Jackson Denton is the quarterback for the Bulldogs. Actually, it's looking more like hands off right up to the middle. Nothing doing there.
We talked about trying to run up the middle on this Liberty Hill team, and they shut it down really quick. Led there by Trey Riley up the middle.
And that is actually, not sure if that's Denton at quarterback right now or not, Greg. And there is 2nd and 9. Now, I think it is Ryan Suter, and he hands off to the right-hand side. Running back's going wide to the right, Silver Henson, and he picks up a few yards to make it 3rd down.
Tried to get that stretch play going there, but Wyatt Cheney was not having any of it. Solid pursuit, great tackle for a pickup of maybe 2 or 3.
It's 3rd and 6 on the play. The ball spotted close to the 30-yard line. I'll come at the 29. Game just getting underway here. The first possession for the Burnet Bulldogs. 1 receiver out wide to the left. That's Jackson Denton out here wide. Looks like they've changed some things up. Quarterback takes the snap, dropping back deep, throws it for a middle screen, complete to Henson. He's got yardage, has the 1st down and more, across the 40. Finally run out of bounds and drugged down out of bounds at close to midfield, out to the Burnet 46.
Good blocking on the outside, and again springs him for a gain of 8.
2nd and 2. A nice drive here by the Burnet Bulldogs. Liberty Hill defense has given up some yards here on this first drive. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 1 running back in the backfield with Sutter at quarterback. He's going to hand off straight up the middle, and it breaks a tackle, busts back out to the outside, has the 1st down and more, finally run out of bounds about the Liberty Hill 35-yard line.
Now you're going to see, again, this Burnet team has some plays scripted, maybe some things that they saw that was going to work, and it kind of feels like that's what's happening right here. Plays to the right, plays to the left, and they're springing them for some big yardage. Look for some adjustments to be made by this Liberty Hill defense, because right now this Burnet team is having their way with them.
It is 1st down for Burnet at the Liberty Hill 36-yard line. Ball's on the right-hand hash. 2 running backs in the backfield with quarterback Sutter. He takes the handoff, throws out to the right-hand side. It looks like it's complete and close to another 1st down across the 30-yard line. It's going to be spotted right at the 30-yard line, actually the 29-yard line of Liberty Hill.
Great pitch and catch. They are spreading the field out wide on this defense and attacking them on the edges. And right now, like I said, it really is picking up yardage in chunks.
2 receivers, 3 receivers to the left, putting the pressure on the defense on the left-hand side. 1 receiver out wide to the right. 1 running back in the backfield with Sutter at quarterback. Takes the snap, throws out left in the flat, complete across the 30, run out of bounds about the 25-yard line. He's going to have enough for a first down to move the chains.
That's the same play we saw going to the other way. They brought it back to this side. They're having 2 receivers out there. One of the receivers becomes the blocker for the other. And with the way this defense is set up, it's really putting them into space.
Ball is now spotted at the 24-yard line of Liberty Hill. Left-hand hash. Looks like Burnet did some change up their offense this week to prepare for the Panthers. They're doing some things quickly and doing some things differently. Sutter takes a snap, straight handoff up the middle. He's bunched up, going to be a short gain, if any, on the play. Maybe a loss of 1.
Keeping them honest, as they say. Those plays on the outside will stop working unless you make sure that defense in the middle is going to stay where it needs to. But again, not much yardage gained on first down there.
First drive of the game. It's 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Burnet has taken the opening kickoff drive down into Liberty Hill territory with a lot of effective play calling. Ball is on the Liberty Hill 24-yard line, left-hand hash, 2 receivers to the left. Snap to the quarterback, handoff right up the middle to Sylvan Henson, and he's bunched up again for no gain. Greg, I'm actually surprised the play calling that they had, the last 2 plays that they called runs right up the middle. I know they're setting some stuff up. We're probably going to see another one of those passes out to the flat as you see all the receivers coming back into the game.
3rd and 11. I don't know if that flat is. It's good for 5 or 6, but they're not really going to spring it too big. Overpriller with the stop there. Now puts them in a tough situation.
There are 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Man-to-man coverage on those receivers. Man in motion. Straight drop back, pass the quarterback, thrown out of the right-hand side, complete, first down. Finally tackled at about the 10-yard line.
Straight drop back and pass. Completion. They gave him a little bit too much cushion there on the right side. Great throw. Great throw by Ryan Sutter.
It's actually 1st and goal now. The ball is at the 10-yard line. Liberty Hill needs a stop. They're reeling a little bit from having to make some adjustments with this Burnet offense. Shooter takes the snap, hands off right up the middle. It is a gain of about 5 yards on the play. Hand off to Jose. It'll be 2nd and goal. And the ball is spotted at about the 6-yard line.
Wyatt Cheney in on the tackle there from the safety spot. Now that they're bunched up, getting close to the goal line, those guys are up. Cheney becomes more like a linebacker.
And Burnet is going to put 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball's on the right-hand hash. Snaps back, throws out to the left. It is complete, and it looks like it's a touchdown. It is. It is complete to and it is a touchdown for Burnet. They're on for the point after attempt. Kick is up, and it's no good.
Off the crossbar, they don't get the extra point as Burnet team jumps out to a 6-0 lead. But that, Tim, was an effective drive, mixing the run and the pass, attacking the edges. We said that up the middle wasn't working, but they made it work all the way down the field.
Well, Liberty Hill's got to regroup. You know that they're going to get the defense off here to the side. and talk a little bit about this situation they've gone up against. And you know the defensive coaches are going to get them all over here and try to get this fixed. Greg, what do they talk about? What are the coaches telling them there over there in that defensive huddle?
Right, no time to panic. Great job by Burnet. These coaches work hard and have studied film and found some plays. They mix up their quarterback. They put their quarterback normally, split him out wide. Had probably some different sets this Liberty Hill team hasn't seen. And the screen calls, the long plays to the side. Those are where Liberty Hill is going to be the weakest, and they exploited it. And now with the adjustments, we'll see if they can make something else happen, because those plays are not going to be that wide open as the game carries on.
Well, Burnet's out to kick off from their own 40-yard line, and Harrison is back deep for the Panthers. The kick is away. It's a little pooch kick off to the left-hand side. It hits the turf. It needs to be picked up and finally does. Going to be run back all the way across the field, back to the left-hand side. Gets down the sideline. That is Brady Brewer, and he's finally brought down in Burnet territory at the 35-yard line.
Great return by Brewer. Picks up the ball, and it was close to being a really bad play to start as that ball hit the turf, which you never want to have happen on a kickoff like that. He could have fair caught it right there, but he makes a move to the left side and then comes all the way back and takes it down to the 40, Tim, to the 36-yard line.
36-yard line. And he sure didn't run a straight line.
No, he ran 60, 70 yards.
And Liberty Hill's quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Kearley's going to do a rollout, going to try to pass it. He's under duress, and he has to throw it away as he was under pressure by Jalen Lader.
Love the play call there to try to catch him unawares. Good job by Burnet to have Harrison covered up and to put pressure on Kearley. Great fake by Kearley, though. He just had to fool one more guy, and Jaden Lader was not falling for it.
Second down. Panthers up the line of scrimmage. Kearley hands off to Harrison, right-hand side, gets across the 30. He's broken open, and he's going to score.
Just like that, this Liberty Hill team ties the ball game. 2 plays after a long kickoff return. Harrison comes through that line untouched.
You're right.
It's the Jets.
I don't think anybody touched him the whole way.
Nope.
And that is why he has I don't know how many, but a boatload.
19th touchdown on the season.
19th touchdown.
He's averaging 222 yards all-purpose a game, and 19 touchdowns, Tim. That's over 3 a game.
Matthew Shipley with the point after, and it actually puts the Panthers on top 7-6 with 4:52 left in the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Liberty Hill Football on KMAX Sports, part of the Vype Media Network.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the end. Snap again. He hits the turf, and Devon scoops it up. Cameron Wilkins has
on the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown.
We are the largest. We are the best. Bringing your teams to you. We've been doing it for 15 years.
Inside, he's got blockers in front of him.
10,
Touchdown.
5, touchdown.
Yes, sir.
It's what we do, and nobody does it better. We are KMAX Sports.
Welcome back to Bulldogs Stadium, where Liberty Hill and Burnet are in a rivalry clash this evening. First quarter, Liberty Hill just has taken the lead, 7-6 on a 36-yard Harrison touchdown run. Here is the kickoff from the 40. It is a little bit of a squib kick. It's finally picked up about the 7-yard line. The Bulldog runs it to the left-hand side, and he is going to be tripped up at about the 20. and that's where the Bulldogs will start. Now, let's see what Liberty Hill has done adjustment-wise. Burnet's probably going to come out and continue to do what they did to help them get down the field and score that touchdown.
Good open field tackle there by Preston Shepard, sophomore. Put this Liberty Hill defense in a pretty good spot here to start.
Here comes the Bulldogs onto the field. Ryan Sutter is the quarterback, standing at their 15-yard line. Takes the snap, throws it out wide to the right-hand side, and is complete. And good first down yardage on the play. Complete to Cameron Gunter.
So they're taking the two receivers, putting them on the outside. One immediately becomes the blocker, while the other one curls in. It's kind of like a wide receiver screen, and it is right now giving this Liberty Hill defense fits.
That's 2nd and 4. Burnet Bulldogs looking to the sideline to get the play change. Two receivers to the right-hand side, none to the left. Quarterback takes the snap, little high snap, hands off up the middle to the running back, and he gets a few yards close to a first down, and they're going to mark him just short. It will be 3rd down and inches.
Good gain up the middle, stopped at the very end by Drake Oberpriller.
Big 3rd down play for the Bulldogs. Two receivers off the right-hand side. Quarterback takes the snap. There's a flag on the play. I think the Panthers jumped, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds, but I think they're going to get the first down based on being in the neutral zone.
Hard count by the Burnet quarterback. Causes them to jump.
And they're going to mark it off. It's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs. Still first quarter of play if you're just now joining us. 4 minutes left to go in this first quarter of play. Liberty Hill leads 7-6. Burnet took the opening kickoff down the field and scored a touchdown, missed the extra point. Liberty Hill gets a great kickoff return and finished up with a Kyle Harrison 36-yard touchdown run. And this leads us to where we're at. Burnet has the ball. Has a first down at the 35-yard line. Quarterback takes the snap, throws it out to the right-hand side quickly, and gets tackled. A pickup of about 5, maybe 6 yards across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
It's just an old-fashioned drop back and rip it. And I tell you what, Ryan Sutter has an arm on him. And he put it on the numbers.
2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs. They're looking to the sideline to get the play in. And it's going to be 3 receivers to the left-hand side, 1 to the right. Quarterback takes the snap, hands off straight up the middle, and he's going to be bunched up maybe for a gain of 1 at best. It'll bring up 3rd down. This is a big 3rd down. This is the largest distance that Burnet's had to go on a 3rd down, which is only 4 yards, but shows you the effectiveness of their offense so far against the Panthers.
But just like we said, they cannot run this ball up the middle. This Liberty Hill defense still being stingy when they try to.
1 receiver, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and there's jumping. I think I think the offensive line may have moved too. Let's see how they call this.
For sure, the defensive back lined up offsides. For sure. When he came up, again, that's coaching. That's telling your defensive backs while on these screen plays that they're running, the best way to defend that, Tim, is to get up in their face. Make sure as a defensive back you want to get up in that receiver's face to not let him spring for the block and or drop back for that pass. Unfortunately, got a little too close to the line, drew the laundry.
And it is marked off against the Panthers. It's a first down for Burnet. Right now, Burnet seems to be doing just about everything right offensively against this Panther defense. Doing some hard counts, long counts, getting the Panthers to jump, and being very effective on their play calling, except for the runs in the middle. but I think they have to do that to keep them honest. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right now. Ball's on the right-hand hash. Burnet quarterback takes a snap again, hands off up the middle, and not much there, maybe about a gain of 1, and what we're talking about, them running up the middle.
Now, I'm not sure if the quarterback changed the play or if it was some type of read option there, but great job by Wyatt Chaney to wait until the ball is snapped to come up close to the line of scrimmage to, again, negate that wide receiver screen that has been so effective so far. And so now we're seeing the defensive coaches for Liberty Hill making moves, moving their players to adjust them so that they're more effective against that play.
2nd and 9, ball's at the Burnet 47-yard line. The quarterback takes a snap, rolls out to the right, throws it out to the right. It is complete out to the Liberty Hill 46-yard line. It will bring up 3rd down.
The quick passes, again, are giving this Liberty Hill defense fits just because he is getting the ball out of his hands so quick is Ryan Sutter.
They're controlling the ball here and keeping – the best way to keep Liberty's offense off the field is don't let them on the field. And that's what they're doing right now by their offense having some very long, sustained drives. There's 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter of play. Burnet driving again. 3rd and 2 from the Liberty Hill 46-yard line. And there's movement on Burnet's side. It's going to back them up. And the first mistake from Burnet is going to bring them back 5, and now it's going to make it a 3rd and long.
The Liberty Hill cowbells ringing loudly here in Burnet, maybe causing them to go offsides.
Well, you are correct, but you know what that means?
More cowbell.
We need more cowbell. So this is going to be a 3rd and looks like a long 7, about 7 yards to go. Now from Burnet's 49-yard line. Man in motion to the right-hand side. Quarterback throws it out right, throwing deep, way overthrows his receiver. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down unless there's a flag, and I don't see one. It looked like the referees were coming together. So it's 4th down, and Burnet is going to send their punting unit onto the field. You definitely don't want to give Liberty Hill the ball at midfield, so they need to punt it away and back them up. Back for Liberty Hill is Wyatt Chaney to receive the punt. Snap is back. The punt is away. A little off to the right-hand side. Is going to be, goes out of bounds at about the Liberty Hill 25-yard line, 23-yard line, as that's where we're going to set up this offense. Last time the second play of their drive ended up in a Kyle Harrison 36-yard touchdown run. Plays coming in from the sideline. And the Panthers, you know, Walker talked about it in this week too, about how fast they like to come up to the line of scrimmage and get the play off. And here they come up the line of scrimmage. Kearley has a man in motion, which is Harrison. Kearley's going to roll out to the left. He gets hit as he throws and throws an interception. It's picked off, and there was returners returning down the line out about the 20-yard line.
Jackson Denton with the interception. Kearley, that's twice now this Liberty Hill team tried to start with the pass, and both times pressure on Kearley. That time he tried to let it go to find Harrison in the middle. Just flew over his head. And this Burnet team, we talked about it, Tim. What you needed to have happen for this team to have a spark was maybe a couple of mistakes, maybe a couple of good plays, and right now, that's exactly what's happened.
Now the momentum, even though Liberty Hill is winning this game 7-6 with 1:38 in the first quarter, the momentum is with Burnet at the moment. Ball is at the 24-yard line of Liberty Hill. Two receivers to the right. Snap is back. Throws out to the right. Throws deep towards the end zone. And it is complete. And it is a touchdown.
Wow, what a pass by Sutter. Right on the money, down the sideline, timing pattern, and he hit Miller, Devontae Miller, 6'1" freshman, Tim, coming in and catching a touchdown pass in this rivalry game.
Here is the point after for Burnet. Kick is up, and it is no good. And missed another extra point, and Burnet has a 12-7 lead. We'll be right back. You're listening to Liberty Hill Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the end zone. Snap again, he hits the turf, and Devon scoops it up. Cameron Wilkins
holds on the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown.
If you like the sound of that, then let us broadcast your team. Send an email to merle@kmaxsports.com or chuck@kmaxsports.com to find out how. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. It's what we do. We are KMAX Sports.
The Burnet interception and touchdown pass. The Panther fans are a little bit in shock right now that Burnet has come out and punched Liberty Hill in the mouth.
Exactly. That's exactly what has happened. He took that interception and did exactly what you should do. Go for the jugular right after you get it.
Well, the kickoff is set to go. It is kicked off a little pooch kick, caught at the 26-yard line, run right up the middle, down about the 40-yard line. There's a flag now late on this play. And Greg, explain to me what I know what the little pooch kick is attempted to do. Are they keeping it out of the hands of Harrison? Is that what they're trying to do?
I'm not sure.
Because they're giving them great field position.
They really are, and if you're trying to put. Unfortunately, this penalty is against Liberty Hill, so it's going to back them up even further. You really are. You're trying to get away from the setup on that return. Maybe this kicker can't get it to the end zone, so they're trying to go for the pooch. I thought they might line up and try to do the onside kick myself, but with the way they're pooching it, why not?
Well, I don't think that they're going to lead off this drive with a pass play.
If I were a betting man, Tim,
I think they need to get back to basics and start to run the ball, and they hand off to Harrison, and he's tackled for a loss in the backfield as if Burnet knew what the play was.
Great tackle by Jose Salazar. He came up and made a big stick.
And it's going to be a second and about 12 or 13, we'll call it 13 yards. Second and 13. Ball is now backed up to the Liberty Hill 17-yard line. Ball's on the right-hand hash. Kearley barking out the cadence. Takes the snap. Hands off right up the middle. That is Blake Simpson on the carry. He picks up a couple yards, gets back to the 20.
Simpson never got a chance to get going there. Again, this Burnet defense on the front. There's only been 4 or 5 Liberty Hill plays that they've run the ball, so one really successful and the others not so much.
It is second down and 10. Harrison in motion. Pitch out to Harrison to the right-hand side. He's dancing around, and he's going to pick up a few yards. He'll bring up third down after a pickup of about 5.
The patience of Harrison there to wait for his blockers, and Tim, the Liberty Hill team, are sending out the punt team.
It is fourth down, and that's the final play of the quarter, and we're going to take a break. And Burnet, the fans and the team is fired up on the Burnet side. They're smelling what they think is going to be a rivalry upset And Liberty Hill is going to have to get their stuff together tonight and realize that they're in a battle for the rest of the evening. Greg, tell me what the emotions are going on right now on both sides and how dangerous it might be.
So Burnet has the perfect start, the dream start. Stop Liberty Hill. They did give up the touchdown there, but they have held them to 6 points or 7 points in this first quarter, and they've scored twice.
Yep.
One on a sustained drive, and they capitalized on the turnover. So everything that needed to happen for this Burnet team to do some damage has transpired exactly that way. So, Liberty Hill, business as usual, back to doing what they're doing. But this Burnet team now has a little fire, has a little belief, and that's a dangerous thing.
Mason Shipley is standing at his own 10-yard line to punt the ball. Snap is back. Kick is away. It's going to take a little bit of a Liberty Hill bounce. Ends up about the 40-yard line of Burnet, and that's where the Bulldogs will start this drive and start the second quarter of play.
Real dangerous play there by a Burnet Bulldog who got way too close to that ball, and it could have been a...
Well, you're a man of many travels. Has that happened to you before? You got a little too close to that ball on the punt return?
I can't say that has not happened to me.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness. Get in trouble for that.
Well, you already talked about getting in trouble.
I did get in trouble for that, too.
Yeah. All right, here comes Burnet out for the first down play. The ball is spotted at the Burnet 41-yard line. There are three receivers to the left-hand side, one to the right. Snap is back, a little high snap. Quarterback throws it out quickly to the left-hand side. It is complete. He's got blockers in front of him and run out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Again, that long wide receiver screen with blockers in front picks up a good chunk of yards.
6 yards on the pickup. It'll bring up second down and 4.
And what will happen is, as these Liberty Hill defensive backs start moving closer and closer to the line of scrimmage to stop that play, they're going to try to pop one over the top, not unlike they did on that touchdown pass.
Second down and 4. Ball's on the 47-yard line of Burnet. Snap back, throw out the left-hand side again, and it is dropped. And the Panthers were on that one a little bit faster and read it a little bit quicker as they're trying to get around that initial blocker to get to the receiver.
Good coaching, good adjustment. There it is, that they see that play and they read it and get into the backfield to disrupt the play before it even starts.
And it brings up third down and 4. 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Quarterback now looks to the sideline to change the play. He's barking out to the offensive lineman. The play has been changed. Panthers showing blitz. Snap is back. Rolls out to the left. It is knocked down and incomplete. A great defensive play by Brady Brewer.
Brady Brewer steps in front. And what I really liked about the way that he played defense there, Tim, put the left arm in front of the receiver so that you didn't get the pass interference. Technique perfect. Ball on the turf. They forced the punt right when they needed to.
A great stance is what Liberty Hill needed here. And they need to make sure they jump off sides. Wyatt Cheney is back. The snap is back to the punter. The punt is away. And looks like the Panthers are just going to stay away from it themselves. Takes a little bit of a Burnet bounce inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. And the Panthers are going to come back on the field with their offense.
Defense gets the ball back to the offense. Good job there by this Liberty Hill team to put their offense back on the field and stop this Burnet team from putting it in the end zone. Tim, 12-7.
I can't believe it. But here we are. And the Panthers are out on the left-hand hash. They're bringing their offense up to the line of scrimmage very fast. Kearley takes the snap. Hands off. Right up the middle it is. Christian Taggart dragging some tacklers. First down, close to the 40-yard line.
Taggart, he was blocking people. Now he's having people block for him.
Yes.
And he gets the first down. Good job, Taggart, there on a big run.
The ball's at the 39-yard line. Handoff again to, not to Taggart. This time it's Blake Simpson, and he gets a first down in midfield.
Simpson runs so high, you just don't think he's going to get through that line and do anything. That time somebody shoestring tackled him to bring him down. If not, he was gone.
A handoff to Harrison, right-hand side. He cuts back inside, open field. No one is going to catch him. Touchdown. 50-yard touchdown scamper for Kyle Harrison.
Harrison's patience is something that is amazing. He waits for the hole to open up, and as soon as that hole opens up, waits for his blocker, and then he hits the gas, and he was gone. They were not gonna catch him.
Oh no, it's coming back, Greg.
Oh my.
Oh, we didn't see the flag. It is coming back.
Again, when you talk about things that need to happen for this Burnet team to win, if the flag hits the ground, especially on a 55-yard touchdown run, and here it is, first down and 20
from the 40-yard line after they mark off the penalty. And they're going to hand it right off up the field. Christian Taggart again has a good run of about 12 yards to get a big hunk of that back.
Taggart just bulldogging off the left side, and he is carrying guys with him as he picks up an extra couple of yards.
Now it's 2nd and 8. They're up the line of scrimmage quickly. Kearley hands off right up the middle. Not much doing there. He's still on his feet is Taggart, but they whistled him dead.
Taggart didn't know Taggart was going to keep going until they get him on the ground. Apparently his knee touched while he was being tackled there.
Pickup of just a little bit. It brings up a third down. Hands off left-hand side to Simpson. He's dancing around, gets tripped up, picks up a few yards, bring up 4th down and about 3. How much you want to bet they're going to go for it?
Again, this is 4-down territory now.
Yep.
I think if you get over the 50, they're going to do it.
Yep.
But right now, this Liberty Hill team moving, especially after you see when you can spring Harrison like that.
Yep. 2 yards needed for the first down. It is 4th down, a big crucial play of this game. Burnet leads 12-7 with 9.5 minutes left. A handoff to Harrison. He breaks up and gets the first down and shoestring tackle, but he does have the first down about the 35-yard line.
Tim, same play that sprung them. They ran it again. This time shoestring tackle, or he would have been gone. Good hard run. Picks up the first down. Liberty Hill rolling.
Ball's at the 35-yard line. Handoff left-hand side to Simpson. He dances around, has 5 yards. 6, 7, 10. No, he spins out of a tackle. Has a first down. What a run by Taggart.
Still not down.
Oh, Simpson, excuse me.
Still not down.
Simpson.
He didn't even go down when he was on the sideline. 2 guys hanging on him. He refuses to go down. Picks up the first down, his best run of the night.
That was a lunch pail run.
It really was. With a stiff arm in the middle.
Right. Great run by Simpson. Now ball's down at the 18-yard line, left-hand hash. The offense is up to the line of scrimmage. Kearley is under center, takes the snap, and hands off to Simpson, right-hand side. He dances around, bust open. Now it's a touchdown for Kyle Harrison, and I don't see any flags on the play.
So nice, he did it twice. And Harrison, again, the patience, waiting for his line to block, and then he cuts off the hip, up the middle. If he was touched, it was just an arm.
Liberty Hill leads 13-12, pinning the PAT from Mason Shipley. Snaps back, the kick is up, and it is good. Liberty Hill now retakes the lead at 14-12 with 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to go until halftime. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Liberty Hill Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
The mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Back here at Bulldog Stadium, Liberty Hill now leads this game here in the second quarter. And Coach talks a little bit about the Shipley brothers here at his halftime interview. Stick around and listen to that interview. He talks about extra points. He has no idea who's going out there. The Shipley brothers handle it themselves. Interchangeable. He said, I really don't know which one's going out. I look up and, okay, it's Matthew. Our kick is away, and it is going to bounce out of the back of the end zone, and it will come out to the 25-yard line. Nice kickoff by Matthew Shipley.
A collective sigh of relief you can feel from the crowd, Tim, that now all this work that Burnet's done, as good a first half as these guys could have, they're still behind. They're still down. The uphill climb is long for them to make something happen. And right here is a big series for this young Burnet team, and how the rest of this game might play out.
Well, interesting you say that. I just, here comes the Burnet offense. I feel a little sense of a little different atmosphere right here by Liberty Hill. And here comes the Bulldogs out. One receiver to the right, to the left. Snap is back, throws out to the left-hand side. It is dropped. And that's what I'm talking about, Greg. I just feel a little bit of energy switch over here after, okay, let's settle down. We can do this. We've made some adjustments of what they're doing for us against us offensively. And I just don't think Burnet can stop Liberty Hill's offense.
You're right.
What stopped them, the pass, the interception, on that one drive. So here we go. Burnet for a second down. One receiver to the left. It's a handoff right up the middle, a little bit off right tackle. Not much there. Maybe a pickup of 2.
Gang tackle led by Trey Riley. Also Corey Schmidt in there.
Did you get the scoreboard update there, Greg?
Let me see.
Well, if you don't,
Look at that, 14-12.
Nice. All right, I don't want you to get in trouble. You got in trouble by your coaches.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, you don't want Chuck Licata.
I definitely don't want that.
No. You may have to go to the principal's office. You been to the principal's office, Greg? I bet you have. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It is a 3rd and 10. Snap is back. Straight drop back. Throw out to the left-hand side. And it's going to be pass interference. Incomplete pass, but there's flags everywhere as the defensive back wrapped up the receiver when the ball was in midair.
That was the latest flag I've ever seen, Tim. The play was over. The first flag was thrown. The other ref decided to throw one in for good measure.
Yeah, just to show him, hey, I didn't miss that. I got it. Because, there was a referee fired this week from the NFL, right? You did hear that, right?
I did not.
Yes, there was a referee fired. The first time in history that NFL referee's been fired in the middle of the season. So,
goodness.
Yeah, I think he did not want to be fired. I didn't miss that call. So it does go against Liberty Hill. It's a first down. Ball's now on the the Burnet 35-yard line. Ball's on the left-hand hash. There are 2 receivers to the left-hand side, and that's all the wideouts we have. This is a new formation that we haven't seen yet. Snap is back, thrown out to the left. It is complete. And very little gain, if any, and Liberty Hill's starting to pick up how to play that.
They're getting closer to the line of scrimmage, and again, now Burnet's going to have to offset that, try to throw something long. But in order for them to throw that long pass, they're going to have time, which this front 3 of Liberty Hill have not been allowing.
It's interesting. Beatty usually plays the left-hand side, and he is on the right.
They've been moving them around.
Have they?
They've been moving all 3 around. And also, I saw Isaiah Mason came in Another senior defensive tackle.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. This is 2nd and 9. Snap is back. Straight drop back. Throwing out to the left. And it's complete for a first down. And it's a fumble. And Liberty Hill has the ball.
Wow. Great tackle on that side by Matthew Montez. Causes the ball to come loose. Montez got beat. That was the first down. He was beat, but he didn't give up on the play. Comes back, pokes the ball out, and Tim, receiver goes out of bounds. That ball stays in, and I believe it was Drake Overpriller pounced on it to give the Liberty Hill Panthers the ball back and even up the turnovers.
Here the Panthers are up to the 43-yard line. It is handoff left-hand side, and that is some tough running there by Taggart. And he picks up 3.
Tim, I believe that was Denver punt.
Oh, we have a different one. Yep, it was.
That was Ponton with his first carry. Good hard carry for Ponton.
Sorry, Denver. I missed your number. Snap is away. Right up the middle again. That one is Christian Taggart. Nice run, a pickup of about 4 more. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Now, someone's going to tell Taggart to keep that ball in close to his body. I saw it chicken wing up a little bit, and if he hasn't been a running back his whole life, that's one of those things they'll coach up for him.
Handoff right up the middle, and Taggart looks like he's going to be short of the first down, and we're going to have another 4th down play.
When Taggart came through the line and he busted open, that ball was way far away from his body. Something that as a running back you never want to have happen.
4th down. Ball's on close to the right-hand hash. They need a yard. Plays coming in from the sideline. Burnet really desperately wants a stop here. There is 5 minutes and 50 seconds left until halftime. And there's movement by Liberty Hill, and they're going to back up 5 yards. And now let's see what the Panthers will do.
In no man's land here.
And they're going to send the punt unit on.
And you see Harrison, Kyle Harrison, the senior leader. I think he kept the punt team off, Tim.
Did he do it himself?
I think Harrison just put the punt team on the sideline.
They started to come out. And you're right, Harrison motioned over to him going, wait. But I think they're coming on.
Harrison still trying to keep him off the field.
Now they come.
Harrison is not happy about it.
No, he's not.
He is not happy about it at all. Give him the ball the next offensive series because he is fired up.
He's still mad over here out of the sideline. He's still mad. Look, yeah. All right. Punt unit's out. Mason Shipley's the punter. Snap is back. Shipley gets the kickoff. A really nice kick up in the air. Wow, what a great kick, and it's going to go out of bounds about the 5. Where's he going to come out? The 12-yard line. Great kick by Shipley.
What a kick, what a punt by Shipley to pin him over there on the 11-yard line.
Liberty Hill could make a stand here with 5 minutes and 14 seconds left and try to get the ball back. Liberty Hill only leads 14-12. Hanging on to a narrow lead, surprisingly. Let's talk about some scores real quick before Burnet comes on the field. In the KMAC network, Hendrickson's leading Vista Ridge 26-7. Canyon Lake only leads Fredericksburg 14-6. And Lampass is over Taylor at the moment 14-6. 2 receivers to the left for Burnet. Snap is back, handoff right up the middle, and breaks a tackle, gets across the 20 to the 21-yard line, close to a first down. I think it'll be short a yard.
Their best run of the night up the middle. And if Cheney wasn't there, it would have went for a long way. Good open field tackle by Cheney to set up 2nd and short.
Looks like 3 receivers off to the left-hand side. Actually going to be 2. They're changing, looks like, the formation up. Up to the line of scrimmage come the Bulldogs. Snaps back. Again, handoff up the middle. Guys, the first down, but not by much. Gets tackled about the 25-yard line. Ball's at the 25, right-hand hash. You know, play calling styles have changed over the years. You know, you see a lot of people calling with placards with numbers and colors and symbols and pictures of people instead of running the play in. So that's what Burnet's doing, is using some couple of signs to call the plays. 2 receivers to the left. The snap is back. Fake handoff, throwing deep left-hand side, overthrows his receiver. Incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down.
Now that's the play that's going to loosen them up after you do those short ones. They're going to run that play. Montez with the coverage, but he was beat. And if the ball was on target, it would have been a long completion. So Burnet changing it up, throwing the series of short passes, and then now trying to take a shot when they can. This Burnet team, they definitely are here to play ball, Tim.
2 receivers to the left, the same formation they've run the last 2 plays. 2nd and 10. The snap is back. Their handoff up the middle again, and he's going to be just short of the 1st down by about 2 or 3 yards. Is that a surprise you call right there?
An adjustment has been made, and now they really have these runs up the middle are bunching out for 6-7 yards a pop on these past couple of plays. It does surprise me with the way how well they've been passing the ball, but
Liberty Hill is welcoming that right now, though.
Sure.
They would rather them do that than throw out to the side. Change of formation now from the last 3 plays. They're putting 2 receivers now to the right, 1 out to the left, spread out wide to the left. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, snap back. Under heavy pressure, throw the middle screen, and he drops it. Looks like they had it set up, Greg.
They absolutely had it set up for that same big play that would have happened like it did in the first quarter when they ran that jailbreak screen. When you see that quarterback start to sprint to his own end zone, you know that screen is coming, and unfortunately, he just dropped the ball. For Burnet, I should say.
Well, here we go, 4th down. Not a good place to do a fake punt, I guarantee you that. That's with 3 minutes left to go until halftime. Liberty Hill leads 14-12. Cheney back deep for the Panthers. Don't want to jump. It'll give them a 1st down. Punt is away off to the right-hand side. Liberty Hill's going to stay away from it. Takes a Burnet bounce across the 30. He's going to be down about the 28-yard line. And there's time for Liberty Hill to get back into the end zone. We have 2 minutes and 54 seconds left to go.
Oh, plenty of time with this offense and the way that they run
Sure.
the ball. You know the ball is going to Kyle Harrison.
He wants the ball. He may change the play in the huddle.
He might.
He might change the play in the huddle.
Just looking at him not wanting to come off the field, if I'm calling a play here, I'm putting it in number 10's hands, seeing what he can do.
He's gonna get it here in these first 2 plays, I think. Snap is away. Oh, it's a fumble. Ball's on the ground, and Harrison picks it up, luckily, and loses yards on the play.
Wow. That ball was not going to Harrison, but when it hit the turf, it made a bounce to where he was running to.
Yep.
And luckily, he had the wherewithal to scoop it up and keep the possession to the Panthers.
Not a good first start for this drive for the Panthers as the clock is ticking. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left until halftime. Liberty Hill leads 14-12. They're up the line of scrimmage quickly. Harrison in motion. Pitch out to Harrison left inside. He gets a block. Cuts it back in across the 30. Gets pounded at the 32-yard line, but a pickup of about 8 yards.
He did get hit hard, but credit Harrison popping right back up, getting right back in the huddle.
Saying, give me the ball. So it's a 3rd down and 5. Up the line of scrimmage quickly. Harrison in motion, handoff right up the middle. That is Tristan Taggart. He has the 1st down across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Taggart, good hard-nosed yards up the middle. As a former lineman, he's used to that contact. And now he's carrying the rock for first downs.
Kearley takes the snap, handoff to Harrison, inside handoff, stays on the feet, out of a tackle, spins, and finally brought down out of a pickup of 4. 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
He is hard to bring down, even in the middle of that. Even in the middle of that line, as 2-3 guys are on him.
And he's not a big guy.
Not from here.
No. Kearley takes the snap, hands off to Harrison. He drops it, picks it up. Stiff arms the guy, tries to get down the sideline and does, cuts back inside, and finally tackled in Burnet territory at about the 35-yard line.
Raw talent by number 10. Tim, that's a 5-yard loss for just about any other back tonight playing football. Harrison picks it up and picks up the first down.
57 seconds left. And Burnet calls timeout as they were trying to get some personnel adjustments. And it is a timeout with 57 seconds left. Liberty Hill in the half. Liberty Hill leads 14-12.
Field goal, an option for this Liberty Hill team. It is a viable option.
Whose turn is it?
Nobody knows.
Well, I think
Shipley's are going to call
I think
it before.
Matthews' turn because he's warming up over here. So I'm assuming it's Matthews' turn since he is practicing. And Mason's over here, he'll be the holder if it is. So his range, I think he can attempt the 50.
Easily a 40. Easily a 40-yard field goal.
So
sure. Anything between the 40 and 50, we haven't seen it yet, but I think a 40 is well within his range.
But that means they're going to have to get the ball down to about the 23-yard line.
We know they're trying to put it in the end zone.
Oh,
for sure. They're not
yeah.
Field goal, but it is a nice luxury to have.
Absolutely. So they're in need to pick up another 12 yards to be good in his range, I think. Here we go. We'll find out. Snap left-hand side, and it is a tough run. That is Ponton on the carry. Gets to the 30-yard line. Clock is ticking. So they'll need to run, get here quickly. They're up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go. They take the snap, hand off to Harrison. He's dancing around, breaks out of a tackle, gets down to about the 16, 17-yard line. They're definitely in range now. And the clock is running. It's 30 seconds and counting. Up to the line of scrimmage really quickly are the Panthers. Takes the snap, hands off left-hand side to Ponton again. He is brought down at the 15-yard line, a short gain. And now I think they called a timeout with 22 seconds left.
I thought they might have tried to get it before that last play when they picked up the first down, but they're going to get it now after the short gain.
And I can't tell if the scoreboard shows how many timeouts are remaining. It says 2. I don't know if that's correct or not, but
I believe so. I don't think Liberty Hill's called a timeout yet. I know Burnet did before, so I think both teams have 2 timeouts.
Yep.
22 seconds, plenty of time. The pass, probably not. We're not going to see that with the way this team's running the ball. Again, Harrison, now Taggart running, Ponton with some good hard yards. We haven't seen too much of. We have not seen too much of Blake Simpson since the first quarter.
Right. Well, they have time to run a play. They have 2 timeouts left. They actually can run 2 plays and still have a timeout for if they were going to kick a field goal. So they can run a couple of plays here. Here they are up to the line of scrimmage. They have a receiver out wide to the right. A handoff right up the middle, and it's going to be a touchdown from Christian Taggart.
Taggart, right up the middle, nobody there. Tim, some adjustments by this Liberty Hill coaching staff. Put a receiver out.
Yep.
I think it threw the Burnet team right off. They had to put somebody out there to do it, and it left that middle wide open.
Wow. As basic as you can get, just a dive up the middle. There was no counter or trickery involved in that, and they just ran it right up the middle. Now Matthew Shipley's on with the point after attempt. The kick is up, and it hit the upright and bounces off. No good, and Liberty Hill leads 20-12 with 16 seconds left.
Still a one-possession ball game, and if you're Burnet, you take it all day, twice on Sunday, to say, hey, we're going into the half, and it's just a one-possession game. So for Burnet, you got to feel pretty good about this first half. For Liberty Hill, some mistakes magnified by the way this Burnet team's playing.
Well, you're definitely about to sigh of relief because it didn't feel good in that first quarter at all. The fans didn't feel it. It wasn't being felt by the team. It was the Burnet had the momentum. They were excited. They were hooping and hollering. I even think they changed numbers. I do. That's the first time I said it on air, but I think they switched up some numbers.
There's a conspiracy theory in Burnet, Texas.
Yes.
Unconfirmed as of now.
Yep.
We're going to do some
numbers.
Do some halftime research on that.
I don't know how. We're not on the home side. We're on the visitor side. Nobody over here knows. And here is the kickoff from Mason Shipley. A boot left, going to be caught about the 9-yard line. Cut back into the middle, bounces off one of his own guys, and finally gets wrapped up and brought down at about the 27-yard line. And 9 seconds left. You just got to kneel it. Nothing good can come out of running a play here.
I'd have to think that that's all they're going to do, but
they're huddled.
Go for broke.
Well, no. But
I don't think you huddle up and talk that long if you're just going to nail it.
Well, I don't think Liberty Hill's going to play as tight coverage on this play.
Chaney back.
Oh, yeah, they even have a guy back
Trenton
for
Seward back.
Burnet. They're just going to kneel it. Takes a snap, kneels it. That's going to do it for halftime. Stick around. I got Coach Walker here at halftime for a fantastic interview that I had with him. Please stick around. I went over there and visited with him yesterday, and you guys are going to love this interview. So stick around. Liberty Hill goes into the locker room leading 20-12. We'll be right back with that interview. You're listening to Liberty Hill Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE-Texas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the ad, snap again, he hits the turf, and down scoops it up, Cameron Wilkins has it.
On the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown.
We are the largest, we are the best, bringing your teams to you. We've been doing it for 15 years.
Inside, he's got blockers in front of him,
10,
touchdown.
5, touchdown.
Yes, sir.
It's what we do, and nobody does it better. We are KMAX Sports.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? We're like the biggest, most beautiful field of bluebonnets you can imagine. Except we're not going to play sports here because they're bluebonnets. What, are you crazy? We'll get some nice pictures before we go, though. Hey kids, just sit down over there. Yeah, right in the middle of them. Smile. Perfect. Well, we'll send this one to Grandma. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports. KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think of the Congress Avenue Bridge Bat Colony.
Okay, folks, here they come. They're flying out from under the bridge. They appear to be Louisville Sluggers, and they're falling. Oh, the humanity.
As God is my witness, I thought bats could fly. Bringing your teams to you since 2003 without dropping the ball or the bat. We are KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you are needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the bad snap again. He hits the turf, and Delmar scoops it up. Cameron Wilkins
in the corner of the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown.
If you like the sound of that, then let us broadcast your team. Send an email to Merle at KMAXSports.com or Chuck at KMAXSports.com to find out how. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. It's what we do. We are KMAX Sports.
1, 2, 3, hit! More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. And while all of us at the KMAX Sports Network are huge football fans, we broadcast more than just football, you know. In fact, KMAX Sports proudly broadcasts volleyball, girls and boys basketball, softball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and more. For more information on how you can help KMAX Sports broadcast any of those sports, just reach out to Chuck at KMAXSports.com or Merle at KMAXSports.com or contact that Sports Booster Club directly. KMAX Sports will gladly work with you and the booster clubs to get that team's broadcasts on the air. And if you're a fan of the other team, well, we can broadcast your team's games too. We realize that, yes, even in Texas, there's more to life than just football. KMAX Sports, bringing your teams to you for 14 years.
Welcome back here at halftime of the Liberty Hill Burnet game, and sitting down with Coach Walker with our weekly chat, and going to ask him a few questions about some of the units and players on this year's team. Coach, everybody knows about your offense. You're averaging, a lot of points. Let's just leave it at that. And you hear a lot about the running backs and the quarterback and stuff. I'm going to ask you about some players that are, I think, equally as important to your team as the guy that hands off the ball and carries the ball. I was an offensive lineman, and I know that offensive linemen definitely don't get enough credit. And I'd like to give you a chance to talk about your offensive line unit at this time.
Yeah, it's one of the best units I've coached, and it's hardest working, no nonsense, easy to coach, fun to coach group that I've ever been a part of. They don't say a lot, they don't talk, they don't, they're always at practice, they're always doing what they're supposed to be doing. They work hard at their, at everything we do. It's a great bunch to coach, but starting with Josh Lapazinski, our center, he's been a starter last year for us, and I know just does a great job and kind of runs that thing, and very smart kid. Our centers have to be smart, so we flip and change rules and all those kind of things, and he's always on the ball. He catches us off sometimes as coaches, just a good one. But strong guard, Lakota Lawrence, and I can't say enough good things about any of these guys. I could go on and on and on, but strong tackle, Justin Montgomery's great. A strong end has been a big surprise, and Colt McWilliams, we kind of came about him. It was late in the summer when we started thinking about playing him at strong end, and he's been a very pleasant surprise. And then quick guard, we've kind of thrown in a few different guys, and quick tackle, we've thrown in a few different guys. But, Christian Taggart's now playing a little fullback, started at guard, and now we have Hadley Weems there and doing a great job. And we've got a battle at quick tackle between Paul Montez and Christian Kaiser. And then our swing man that don't get enough recognition, they do all the, they get all the yelling from Coach Walker because they come to the sideline every play, But up front is definitely our strength this year. We all know about Kyle and his ability and all that, but, our offensive line, we've rotated in 5 different fullbacks this year. They've all had success, and it's because of what we do up front. Halfback has been one of those things. It's been, 2 different guys been running the ball there, and actually 3. And, they've had success because of what we do up front. So, there's no doubt our success is our offensive line.
Coach, the listeners out there that hear you talk about quick side, strong side, quick guard, strong guard, Could you let them know what that actually means as far as their formation and their offense?
Yeah, we have a strong side, which, you know, when we go in strong, we can flip them right and left, but our strong side is usually our bigger kids. We try to run behind that side a lot. You know, when we're really good, we have a good quick side too, and that's the case this year. But you know, when we flip, we're in strong right. We're you know, our strong side, we go left, they go to the left side, so we can run on both sides. You know, we put on one play. We tell people it's like putting on two because we can run it on both sides. You know, It's just a matter of doing it. And we do break the huddle and try to get up there quick, and you know, have people line up, and we can take advantage of some of that. But usually our strong side are our bigger kids. It's not always the case, but they're our bigger kids because we try to run our power game right behind them. But this year we've been running a lot quick, you know, just because our quick side, you know, is pretty good too. But I could get into a little more details, but it may put everybody to sleep.
Right. Coach, just flip over to the other side of the ball. And I want to talk about your, at least on paper, your leading tackler, Mason Ogle, and you know, and what he means to your defense.
Right now, he means a lot because we lost our linebacker for a little while. You know, he's another one. You know, he's another one. We just kind of started looking at testing and all that kind of stuff this summer and said, man, he's pretty fast. And, you know, looking at lifting and all the weight room stuff, and man, he's pretty strong. You know, we need to put this guy, and he's a team player. You know, he's one of those guys that he's been a little beat up himself, but he knows, man, he's the last man standing right now, you know. And I said something the other day, you know, we need you, and I know you're hurting a little bit, but, you know, we're real pleased with him. And if he continues to do what he's doing, you know, I can see him being an all-district linebacker for us because, you know, unfortunately, we are missing catching for, you know, last few weeks. And moving forward, we don't know what the outcome is. So, you know, he's been the guy we've been kind of riding these last few weeks, and he's been stepping up and doing a great job. He runs well. He's a strong kid. He's another one that doesn't talk, you know, and so it's real hard to read, but he plays, you know, and he plays fast, and he's a teammate, a great teammate, and doesn't want to let his teammates down. But he's doing a great job. We're excited about it.
Like a lunch pail player.
That's it. That's it. Not very big, you know, but just, you know, he is a strong kid, though, for his size, and he plays really hard in front of him.
Well, speaking of big, let's talk a little bit about Walker Beatty. And he's actually my Greg Ceriti, who calls with me. He's actually turned into Greg's one of his favorite players. And we sort of joke in the booth because there seems like when there is a penalty thrown that Walker seems to migrate over towards the referee huddle and trying to get in there or listen or have a say or something. And then we also talked about 2 weeks ago, you probably saw it on film, when we made a tackle behind the line of scrimmage to the quarterback. He had his towel or something, and he threw it back a little bit further. And so it's sort of, he seems to be more of a emotional type of player, or plays off emotion and pretty high strung, at least from the booth. Yeah. And could you talk a little bit about him? Because when you're also, when your team walks out, he's like the biggest guy you have.
He's a big young man. He has the ability, no doubt, to play at the next level. You know, he's 6'5", 250. He's not 6'5", 200 pounds. He's 6'5", 250 and runs about a 4'8". You know, that stack up a lot of those NFL guys. I mean, he's a big kid, and you know, we've been expecting big things from him. You know, and we expect him to get better every week. He hasn't played a lot of defensive end. We really wanted him to be our tight end or our swing man, because he has phenomenal hands. He can go get the ball. 7-on-7, we get in trouble. We just throw it up to him. So he's very athletic, big man. So, you know, he's done some great things this year. But, you know, on the other side, you know, Corey Schmidt's pretty dang good too. Mm-hmm. You know, and he's 6'3", 230 or 220. You know, so you know, we got two pretty big bookends right there, and they both play really, really hard. And you know, actually, a week ago, our nose guard for the first time was our leading tackler in Trey Riley. He was our leading tackler in the Fredericksburg games, and he was throwing some people some fits. So
he was.
You know, up front, those three guys have been doing a great job this year, and we continue to. I think they're going to get better, and I think you'll see them play even better this week. You know, they got more upside to them than what they've shown so far. So we're really excited about those guys up front.
And when they can get pressure on the quarterback, as they have in several of your games this year, it really helps your defensive backs and helps them stay out of trouble sometimes or be in the right position. No
doubt about it. No doubt about it. When you can get that quarterback tapping his feet back there and feeling a little heat down, you know, it definitely makes us better defensively. you know, and we don't always bring them. You know, we're not one of those that we're pretty conservative, and you know, we bring some people off the edge and do that. So they're not always, their number one job isn't always to sack the quarterback, you know, off the edge. But them two big guys on the edge do make our defense a lot better, and you know, and at times they will put pressure on them. And, you know, they put their hands up. They're 7 feet tall, both of them. So you know, it's hard to throw over that kind of stuff. So you know, like I said, they've done a great job this year, but I think you've only seen the tip of the iceberg.
Yep. Yeah. And how about the rest of the defense? Your linebackers. I know we talked about Mason and your defensive backs.
Yeah. You know, Austin Knox. We moved him inside from outside. He's been playing really, really well. We moved him back outside this week, so I think he's more comfortable out there, and that's what we feel like we need him more. And he's done a phenomenal job this year. Tough kid, tough, real hard hitting, runs the ball real well. The other one, you know, is our smaller guy, you know, and Drake Overbriller. You know, he's 160 pounds, but man, he's just a player. He's just a football player. He's a guy that you can always count on. He's always out there, never in a bad mood, you know, just does everything right. You know, one of those guys that just, you say, yeah, this kid can play football. You know, he's not real big, not real strong, not real fast, but he's about football, you know, and so he's done a good job. And those are outside linebackers. Corey Jellison probably play a little inside linebacker this week, and we've kind of moved him all over the field, you know, and he's one of those kids can do it all. We just really need to find him a home and let him play some football. But and then our defensive back, obviously our safety. You know, Wyatt Cheney is you know, he's our quarterback back there. He does when lights come on, he's the real deal. And then Trenton Seward, you know, has kind of bought into that. Last year started there. This year's, you know, doing a great job for us. And then on the corner we have Brady Brewer, which is, you know, was a great player for us last year as a sophomore, and now he's a junior. And then we split time a lot with Trey Seward and Matt Montez on the other corner. And they're both, you know, little guys, but, you know, can play, have a lot of athletic ability to them. So we feel real good with all 11 guys in our football team, you know, in our defense. But, you know, every week we challenge them to step up and get a little better. You know, some haven't played to where we think they can still play, and that's always a good thing when you're winning and you're not satisfied. I tell them all the time, we've really, nobody has seen the best Liberty Hill yet. I hope we show it to them before the season's over, because we're better than what we're showing people. And you know, hopefully Friday night is another chance to show everybody what we're about.
And I can't talk about players that go a little bit unsung sometime without talking about the Shipley brothers. And you know, I'm just amazed at watching them split time and do the things that they do, and I've seen these guys warm up. I mean, you have weapons.
No doubt.
And I'd like to talk a little bit about them, because I've been impressed by their distance, their accuracy, and the onside kicks. Oh my goodness! I haven't seen as many onside kicks that well in a season as I have this year.
Yeah, no, they're definitely a weapon. And you know, they're both. Most of our kids in this locker room are young men, I guess. You know, in this locker room are just great young men, just great kids. You know, and that's those two guys. They're always where they're supposed to be. They're always doing what they're supposed to be. They're not a distraction. They work hard. They're in the weight room with us. They do everything, you know, that everybody else does. You know, and then they're very, very talented kickers. Yes. You know, they really are. And so there's no doubt they're a weapon. That we sleep better because we know we have those guys. You know, we were having a few little mishaps with the hold, and they just started holding for each other. So it's a really neat dynamics. You know, I don't know who's kicking. We don't even call it who kicks. They kind of call it, because they're really interchangeable parts. They really are. You know, so they control it. You know, and until we feel one's a lot better than the other, and we'll say something, but. You know, they hold for each other, and the other one kicks, and one's kicking off, and I look around the next time, the next one's kicking off.
So you really don't know?
So I really don't. I don't, because, you know, they're twins, and they're pretty even kicking the ball. So, I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, I don't know if one's that much better than the other, so it really doesn't matter. And they, you know, and they kind of know, and they know what we want and what we expect, and they go out and do it. But, no, they're definitely great to have on our team, and a big part of what we're both of our success so far.
And kickers are so important to teams, and it's amazing that some teams struggle to find one, and you have two of them in your program.
We're lucky. And there's no doubt, you don't know how important a kicker is until you don't have one.
Right.
And I've been there. When you don't have one, it's a nightmare when you got to get your quick guard to toe punch it down there and do all those things. I mean, there's no doubt. When we want to kick it through the end zone, we can kick it through the end zone. Yeah. We want to kick it onside kick, we got a good chance to get it. We can do that. So he can put the ball wherever they want to put it. And there's no doubt it's a big advantage for us.
Well, I have enjoyed watching them because, they are as good of kickers that I've seen in this program since I've been involved. And there's been a couple of good kickers here, and their older brother is another good kicker. So, but yeah, I've enjoyed doing those guys. Coaches, or anyone else, any other unit that you'd like to point out?
Yeah, no doubt. I was gonna interrupt because we have a young man that, and I'll get emotional because he doesn't ever, in our system, they don't get I was thinking about it the other day, we go to all district meetings and they never are going to be all district because of what they do, but it's our quarterback. Mm-hmm. He is our leader. He's a great young man, does everything we ask him to do. Would do more, wants to do more, but is willing to do what's best for the team. But Jacob Curley has done, everything we ask him to do. And unfortunately, he hasn't thrown for, some of these guys have thrown for 1,500 yards, and he's not going to get to do that. No. But, he's had some big runs this year. He's had some big passes. He's had, and I'm glad this isn't on video. But, he's done everything we could ask him to do. And unfortunately, a quarterback in our system typically doesn't have the stats that warrants, all district. Ketchum was the same way last year. It's playing linebacker for us this year. He's as good a player as anybody, but, those other quarterbacks throw for 2,000 yards and all that stuff, and we're just not going to do that in our system. But, he just does everything right. We can count on him. He doesn't miss practice. He's always there, always doing what we need him to do for our offense to be successful. So there's no doubt he's one of those unsung heroes. But we have a lot.
Yeah.
And, we continue to get better with all those guys. Sky's the limit this year. We feel really good about moving forward, but we just got to get better every week, and that's kind of been our focus.
And a lot of people don't, may watch this and think Curley can't throw accurate. He is actually very accurate in passing the ball. And if he was in a passing type of high school offense, he could be successful at that level too.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. He can throw it as good as I've had coached. And, he can throw it. People don't think he can throw it. Right. Go ahead and let us throw it a little bit, because you'll see otherwise. He can sling it. And he's got a great arm, and he's very accurate. He's got a lot of things going for him, and down the road we may need that more. Mm-hmm. And so that's always great to have. And we haven't had to throw it very much, but when we do, I feel very good about it because he's the real deal.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot, and good luck in the second half.
Yeah, thank you.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet, covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE-Texas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the bad snap again. He hits the turf, and Delmar scoops it up. Cameron Wilkins
in the corner of the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown.
We are the largest. We are the best, bringing your teams to you. We've been doing it for 15 years.
Inside, he's got blockers in front of him. Touchdown. 5, touchdown.
Yes, sir.
It's what we do, and nobody does it better. We are KMAX Sports.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? We're like the biggest, most beautiful field of bluebonnets you can imagine. Except we're not going to play sports here because they're bluebonnets. What, are you crazy? We'll get some nice pictures before we go, though. Hey kids, just sit down over there. Yeah, right in the middle of them. Smile. Perfect. Well, we'll send this one to Grandma. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the end zone. Snap again, he hits the turf, and Delmar scoops it up. Cameron Wilkins
the corner of the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown.
If you like the sound of that, then let us broadcast your team. Send an email to merle@kmaxsports.com or chuck@kmaxsports.com to find out how. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. It's what we do. We are KMAX Sports.
1, 2, 3, hit! More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
And get amongst the masses out there, Greg. I was able to run across a couple of really good friends. Tony Stevens and his son Will Stevens were out there. Tony was a longtime Liberty Hill school board member, and Will was really good friends and played basketball with my son. And along the way, I had a couple people. Beatty's mom stopped me and talked a little bit, and then another guy asked me if I was with KMAC, and I told him yes, and he actually asked, how can we contribute to help get the games broadcasted? And so Chuck had sent me an email early in the week, and for those of you that are listening, we're not able to broadcast the home games because of funding, lack of funding to get all these games broadcasted. And I apologize. You know, I know that there are a lot of listeners out there listening to the game and really they're out of town that miss these home games, and you're not able to hear the games. And I know, talking to Walker Beatty's mom, she had informed me that his brother's listening in from Cuero, listening to the game, and you know, these are just missed opportunities for people to listen to hear the game. So that being said, if you want to contribute to getting these games help broadcast for the home games, and I think there's really one more home game left, you can contact Christine Huppy. Christine Huppy, her phone number is 401-418-0705. That's Christine Huppy at 401-418-0705, and you can email her at c-hup, H-U-P, at hotmail.com, c-hup at hotmail.com. Christine Huppy, 401-418-0705. If you would like to contribute to get that last home game broadcast, and where you can hear that game. And so we're hoping that there will be people out there that can hear us and help out, or know some business that might be able to get that game sponsored. We have a away game next week at Taylor, and then one more home game, and that's a big home game. Canyon Lake is undefeated on the season. Canyon Lake is undefeated, which makes that home game even bigger. I know that if you're listening from out of town, which a lot of our listeners are, that you want to be able to hear that game. So we need to get that game broadcasted. So if you know someone that can help out, please do so. And speaking of Canyon Lake, they're in the third quarter. They're in a battle at Fredericksburg. They're only beating Fredericksburg 14-6. And Canyon Lake is undefeated in district, undefeated for the season, leading Fredericksburg 14-6 in the third quarter. Taylor and Lampasas are also playing, and Lampasas is leading 21-6 over the Taylor Ducks. And also in the area, the Vista Ridge Rangers are losing to Hendrickson 26-7. Liberty Hill leading 20-12 as we get closer to starting the second half of play. And Greg, a pretty surprising first half that Burnet come out and really did a good job offensively. And then in the second quarter, Liberty Hill settles down, makes the adjustments. Kudos to the coaches on making those adjustments, and slows them down and is able to lead 20-12.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame, and we were talking about exactly that. What was it going to take for this Burnet team to compete with this state-ranked Liberty Hill team and to beat them 5 times? What is this team going to have to do? What's the recipe for the upset? And they had all the ingredients in the first half. They really did. They had great plays, great scripted plays. You're giving kudos to the Liberty Hill coaches. But let me give the kudos to the Burnet coaches to prep their guys for the first couple of series with some plays that just did a little bit of damage, a little bit of damage, a little bit of damage. And then we talked about what else had to happen. Liberty Hill had to make a mistake. They're not just going to probably line up and beat them man to man. They're going to have some kind of mistake, and Liberty Hill gave that to them too.
Yes.
So and they capitalized immediately. So a lot of the things that needed to happen, they did. They unfolded that way. But here's this Liberty Hill team again making those mistakes, not running as efficient on offense, and they find a way to make it happen and to carry this lead into halftime.
Well, they still have 20 points, and it's a lot of first half points. That's nothing to sneeze at. And interesting that, I mentioned something about the point scoring average of this team compared to the state championship teams. Coach Walker tells me they're averaging more points offensively with this team than they are the state championship year teams. Wow. And so that actually took me a little bit by surprise, considering how well those teams were able to score too. So, you double the score, they score another 20 points, that's 40. It's a lot of points in a game. But actually, for Liberty Hill, on their average, it's low. But we're going to see Burnet's also going to probably have made some adjustments here at halftime. We're going to see. It's sort of a little bit. It's exciting right now that we don't know what's fixing to happen.
Not as exciting as during that interview when Coach talked about Walker Beatty catching the ball, because I am ready to have Walker Beatty on the offensive side of the ball. I was listening intently on that side of it when he said he could go up and get it. 6'5", 250, a defensive terror.
Wow.
Get him the ball, Tim.
I'm surprised you don't have a package where, you have the Beatty package in there where put him in there at tight end and throw some passes. And you heard him talk about 7-on-7 when he said when in 7-on-7 summer games when they needed first down, they threw it up and he caught it. So, interesting. Yeah, I do too. So, Liberty Hill has the ball, going to receive the ball here in the second half. And Kyle Harrison's back deep for the Panthers. And here we go this second half. They're going to squib kick it. And then it's on the ground. It goes out of bounds at about the Liberty Hill 37, 38-yard line. And, they're giving they do not want to kick it to Harrison.
No, they're trying to keep the ball out of Kyle Harrison's hands. And, you talk about a recipe for success. That's a key ingredient right there to not give it to the best player on the other team.
Right. Well, here we go. First down from the Liberty Hill 36-yard line. The ball's on the right-hand hash. Here we go and start the second half. Liberty Hill leading 20-12. Curley takes a snap, hands off left-hand side. It is Blake Simpson. He stiff arms his way across the 40, the 45. He steps out of bounds right at the 44-yard line, just short of the first down.
We talk about Simpson running straight up tall. He's a tall back, and so he runs high, and he has a high center of gravity. It, looks to be about 6 foot tall, but that stiff arm, that long arm, puts him to the turf.
All right. Second down, handoff to Harrison right inside. He cuts back in and back outside. He's shot out of a cannon. He's across midfield, the 40, the 30, the 20, and he is going to score a touchdown. No flags on the play. That is a 56-yard touchdown run.
Kyle Harrison with a move, a juke move, right on the Burnet logo at midfield, and he was gone after that, Tim. You said shot out of a cannon, and you're absolutely right.
Well, that was a respectful move on their logo. Not a disrespectful move like we saw in Michigan State. So, kick is up by Mason Shipley, and it is good, and Liberty Hill, just like that, leads 27-12. And that was quick, Greg.
It really was. Big run by Simpson to start. The stiff arm gets everybody fired up. Then Harrison makes that move. That play, we've seen him now score 2-3 times on it. Then one got called back. But he's so quick once he gets to the second level. And his inside-outside move just put the Burnet defensive back in a pickle.
And Burnet came out. I watched him come out of the Bulldog tunnel, and they were pretty fired up. And this just takes that wind out of them right there.
You know that's the one thing that those coaches talked about was we got to come out, we got to make a stand right here. But credit this Liberty Hill offense. They've been held down. They've been held to 20 points in the first half, and they came out to make a statement here with that first possession.
You know, they did. And it's not done. And then now they need to come out and show they can continue to play that better defense against this type of offensive play calling that Burnet's using right now. Matthew Shipley set to kick this one off. Does so in a hefty kick. Caught going into the end zone and going to come out to the 25-yard line.
And there's that rule we talked about. Fair catch by the freshman from Burnet. He's already has a touchdown pass that he caught tonight. Number 22, Devontae Miller, 6'1" freshman.
If that's who it is. So here is the Bulldog offense coming out. The ball's in the middle of the field, between the hashes of the 25-yard line. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Similar formations as they were running in the first half of play. Quarterback takes the snap, fake hands off, throws it out left, and dropped. Incomplete pass.
That's the same play. That's the play that was gouging them for 5-6 yards a pop, and you got to catch it before you can run with it. Unfortunately, or I should say fortunately for the Liberty Hill defense, that didn't happen.
Second down and 10 from the 25-yard line of Burnet. Ball still spotted in the middle. Walker Beatty is playing right in at the defensive end at the moment. Snap is back. Roll out to the left. Throw out to the left. It is complete about the 30-yard line. Gets out to close to the 35 before he's tackled. It'll be just shy of the first down. Where are they spotting it? Yep, it'll be third down and 1. Ball's out to the 20, to the 34-yard line. They need the 35 to pick up the first. And they're showing blitz. The Panthers are. They're looking over to the sideline to get a play call change. They're still showing a heavy blitz. The Panthers are.
Austin Knox reminding everybody on the line to stay put and wait for the snap.
Yep, that's all they would need for the first down, and they're being very patient. And here we go. It's a delay of game call. That's on the coach right there. That is absolutely on the Burnet coaching staff all day long.
Trying to make a read, trying to get their team in the right position, and they just waited just a hair too long.
That's a huge mistake by the Bulldog coaching staff. They're taking so much time calling these plays, almost the entire play clock, and that's why you hear so much airspace in between our play calling for Burnet, is that they're just waiting so long. Snap is back. fake punk left, throws down deep, has a receiver. It's caught and finally tackled in Liberty Hill territory about the 40-yard line. It's going to be the 35-yard line.
They finally got one, Tim. They finally got one of those long ones. Shoulder fake by the quarterback. Pump fakes to the out. Sucked in the defensive back there. He bought it. He left his receiver wide open. Great pitch and catch there by Luke Kaiser.
It's first down in Liberty Hill territory at the 35-yard line. The Liberty Hill 35. They're up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap is back, handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a pickup of about 2 yards on the play.
Good solid gang tackle by their Liberty Hill defensive line. Trey Riley leading the way on that.
2nd and 8. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap is back. Fake handoff. Throws down deep left again. And in and out of the receiver. They're going to throw a flag on the defense. It's going to be pass interference on Liberty Hill. Can't really tell from here how much contact, if any, Greg. So we're not in a position to make that call.
No, good hard play there. 2 players fighting for the ball. Looked like Montez turned around and had his head in the position he needed to have. He's talking to the ref about it now.
He needs Walker Beatty back there.
He does need Beatty. I'm surprised Beatty's not over there arguing the case.
Oh, there he goes.
He's trying.
He is. No, there he goes.
He's trying to get in.
Walker heads back to the secondary. All right, it's first down at the Liberty Hill 18-yard line. Ball's on the left-hand hash. Burnet's trying to strike back after Liberty Hill had a quick scoring drive. Handoff left. There's movement. I don't see any flags. It looked like there's offensive movement. It was a handoff, but no gain on the play.
I'm really shocked that the quarterback was able to make that move and not draw that flag the way that he made it. It was definitely a pump fake, and it didn't draw.
I heard the fans over here hollering too, and then. Well, it is 2nd down and 10. Actually, they lost a little bit of yardage on that play. Well, 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, none to the right. Snap is back, roll out to the left, throws out to the left. It is complete and tackled immediately at the 15-yard line. Short gain on the play will bring up 3rd down. I say short, it's a pickup of about 4. And when they're making that catch, they're making that inside move to get the defensive back to bite that direction and then switching directions back to the outside. I've seen them do that over and over and pick up several extra yards.
Trying to spin out of that tackle and gain those 2-3 extra yards on the outside. You're absolutely right, Tim. That's how they're being coached to do it. When they're making that catch, they're spinning and trying to get out of the tackle immediately because they know what's coming. That tackle, your defensive back is right on top of you when you catch that ball.
3rd down, and I want to say about 6 yards to go. Snap. Fakes, throws it into the end zone. He has a receiver. It is caught for a touchdown.
Great catch by Luke Kaiser in the back of the end zone. Sophomore. Got his feet in, did a little tippy tap. Another shoulder pump fake. Trying to draw the defensive backs up who have been getting pummeled with that short 4-yard pass. They buy the shoulder fake and leave him open for the touchdown. Burnet not done yet.
27-18 at the moment, pending the point after. They missed both their extra points. That one is good. So it is 27-19 here in the 3rd quarter of play with 9 minutes left to go. So Burnet was able to strike back quickly to stay within 1 score of the Panthers.
Credit to this Burnet Bulldog team. They're not going anywhere. They're going to keep it at 1 possession, and that right there, we talked about in the first half. waiting for those plays that are going to come over the top that have been set up all first half by the short passes, and credit the catch to the sophomore receiver there, Luke Kaiser, over to the shoulder. And you always love it when a receiver can tippy-tap his feet and they make it happen.
Well, let's see if they're going to squib it again. So far, they're not indicating they're going to kick it to Harrison at all.
Waiting for the team to just try to onside kick it against this Liberty Hill team with the way they move the ball, and I'm surprised I haven't seen it from this Burnet team.
Well, that's even going to give them better field position if they do not convert it. And here is the kickoff for the Bulldogs. And they're going to squib it again left-hand side. It's going to go out of bounds. And a flag's thrown for that, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
That I don't understand. That right there. The short kick, maybe I understand because you're going to have coverage on it really quick. It's not going to allow them to do it. But to hard squib it so hard down the sideline, 20 yards down the sideline, you're giving the ball to Liberty Hill on the 45-yard line without, or 43-yard line, without an opportunity to recover it.
And here's what I'm going to say. I love Kyle Harrison, but he's not been returning the ball 40 yards on a kick return, so I don't understand what they're trying to do. The play for Liberty Hill, right up the middle for Blake Simpson. He's still on his feet, carries him across the first down marker for a first down, a pickup of 13.
Tim, he got tackled on the 43-yard line, which is the tip of Texas in the logo, and he made it all the way to the 46 on the other side, across the whole logo.
He is coming off the field now. Looks like he is shaken up, and they do not have a running back. So in comes Denver Ponton, and Simpson is holding his left arm shoulder area. He got a little stinger there. First down, handoff to Ponton immediately left-hand side, and he picks up good yardage, a pickup of 8.
Ponton straight run off the left side, running hard. And the next man up situation there with Simpson going to the bench.
Back up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 3 needed for the Panthers. They hand off left-hand side again to Ponton. He breaks open across the 30. Wrestled down inside the 20. Another first down for the Panthers.
2 big runs by Denver Ponton, number 32, off the left side. Putting this Liberty Hill team well within striking.
Ball's on the 17-yard line. Handoff right inside to Harrison. He's dancing around. Bust open. No one's going to get him. It's a touchdown for Kyle Harrison.
Can't stop that play. This Burnet team cannot stop that play. And it's the same play he scored on just before. It's the same play he scored on in the first half.
It's the same play he scored on 15 times this year.
You might be right. Harrison's 20th touchdown on the season. Excuse me, 21st.
Yes, do your math. That's a subject you probably weren't very good at in school, were you?
Right.
The kick is up by Shipley, and it is good. And just like that, it is 34-19. I think they may have heard me talk about that scoring average at halftime.
You know that they got an earful in that locker room.
No, they did.
And they are responding.
And Coach Walker, I asked him, and I don't think this was on the thing. I asked him, I said, how do you coach your kids to get up for a game like this when they can see how Burnet has their lack of success this year? He goes, that's my job. That is my job to get them. And he goes, if I have to kick a trash can to get them motivated, I will. And I said, Coach, don't kick one of those plastic ones. You need to get one of those metal ones.
That's right. Make some noise.
Make some noise. It's going to make some noise.
There might have been some trash cans.
There might have been some trash cans kicking. I'm going to have to ask him that. Did he have to kick a trash can? So here we go to kick it off. And it is Matthew Shipley kicking it off again. And he puts his foot into it, and man, does he put it in the same spot every time.
Just the kicking differential in this game
Out of the
has
end
been
zone.
such a stark contrast
Oh,
that
yeah.
this Liberty Hill team just keeps putting the Burnet team at the 25 every time, knocking it down every time, and they're not having to play any kind of special teams tackling it, or they're not having to tackle their guy at all because the kicker is kicking on the end zone. On the other side, it really has been terrible field position.
Obviously, yes, field position's been huge, and obviously they don't have a kicker that can kick it out of the end zone, or they'd be doing it. So, but you're right. I think the kickoff for Burnet has been awful for them. And here we go. They're going to pass it out the left-hand side. It was complete. Short gain on the play.
Again, that same short pass has been working for them. It's set up the pump fake. It's setting up the hitch and go,
Yes.
which has worked now for 2 touchdowns and as well a couple of long passes.
And we may see it again here in a couple of plays, if not this one. If the defensive backs bite on that play, it's going to be tough for them. And it is second down and 10. Handoff up the middle, and it's bunched up for short gain or no gain. They'll bring up third down.
No, that play was going nowhere from the start. It looked like Liberty Hill may have known that play was coming. Something happened there that everybody walked up to the line.
Yeah.
Cheney, defensive back, Seward, everybody was up to the line on that.
Third down and about 10 to go for the first down. And we might see that hitch and go right here, but you would think that the coaches have told them to look out for it. There are 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. And
that screen.
Or the middle screen. The hitch and go to the left or the middle screen. And it's a throw out to the left, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Jackson Denton, if that's who it is. I know. But that's been the quarterback all year long till tonight. So, if that's what they've done. So, it brings on a punting unit for the Panthers. And Wyatt Cheney back deep for the Panthers. The Bulldogs punt it away. Cheney's just going to get away from it. And it's going to take a huge Burnet bounce across the 30 to the 29-yard line of Liberty Hill. And that's where the Panthers are going to set up shop. We don't have time. They're coming out quick, Greg. We had thought about taking a break, but Liberty Hill don't mess around like Burnet does, so wouldn't have much time. So the ball sits right at the 30-yard line. Up to the line of scrimmage comes the offense. Kearley takes the snap, hands off up the middle. That is Ponton again, gets across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Good hard run by Ponton there. His last 3 carries have been 20, 25 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards. Good, solid running.
And you hear Harrison's name all the time scoring these touchdowns, but these other guys are the workhorses. Handoff left-hand side again. Looks like it's Taggart or Ponton.
Like a
Ponton again.
Like a boxing match.
Yeah.
Just the jab, and here comes the Harrison haymaker
The
off the
rope-a-dope.
right side, and he delivers it with gusto.
It's third down. About 2 yards needed for the first down. They need to get to the 40. They're at the 38-yard line. And a snap. Hand off to Harrison, left-hand side. He gets the first down and more. And leapfrog somebody and finally brought down at midfield. What a great run by Harrison.
Timmy just jumped somebody for 3 yards right there, hit the ground, and kept going. Excellent run by Harrison.
Did you ever jump anybody when you had the ball?
No.
That's just
Stay on your feet.
You're making it dangerous. Here they go. First down, handoff right up the middle. Is that Nash Robinson on the carry? It looked like I saw a different number. It is Nash. Nash Robinson in on the carry. 3 yards on the pickup. Down to the 47-yard line of Burnet. 4.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter of play. It's 34-19 Liberty Hill. Up they come line of scrimmage really quick. Take the snap, hand off to right up the middle again to Robinson. He's on his feet. The first down and more across the 30. Tackle down close to the 20. Great run by Nash Robinson.
Nash Robinson refusing to go down, carrying a Burnet Bulldog with him for 4 or 5 yards. Big gain by this Liberty Hill team.
They're at the 21-yard line. Left-hand hash up the line of scrimmage. Quick, Kearley takes a snap, hands off left-hand side to Ponton, and he's tripped up. Maybe a gain of 1. Bring up second down. In the play comes in from the sideline. Actually, no gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line. Up the line of scrimmage they come. And there's movement on Liberty Hill side. It's going to be backed up 5 yards. And all that means is that...
Here comes Blake Simpson back into the game.
So backing up 5 may just mean that Harrison gets a bigger running start. That is good that Blake Simpson is back in the game after getting what might be a stinger in the shoulder, and it's not uncommon when there's contact made with those shoulder pads on to get a little stinger in the shoulder, and Greg and I have had probably many of those. So snap comes and handoff right up the middle to Harrison, and he gets some hard yardage, and I think he has picked up about 5. Bring up third down. Gets across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And Harrison's coming out. And in comes Brady Brewer to play for Harrison's position. So takes the snap, hands off left-hand side, and that is Simpson, and he doesn't get, I think we're going to see a field goal unit try here. It's 4th down, only pickup of maybe 1 or 2 yards. Harrison now comes back onto the field, and it's 4th down, and this is definitely within field goal territory. And the field goal unit is not coming on. They're going to run a play, Greg.
4th and 8, they're going to split somebody out, taking players out of the middle of that Burnet defense.
They're going to try to get him. Harrison's in motion right-hand side, and they're going to call a timeout. They were seeing if they can get him to jump to pick up some more yards. I think we will see the field goal unit. I mean, they have great kickers right here. Take the points. You're up 34-19, but, you know, we don't.
No, they don't pay us.
They don't pay us.
Any of those calls.
No, they haven't.
Because I'd be throwing it to Walker Beatty.
Oh, that's right. You'd call Walker Beatty in there and
get him in there, coach. Throw the fade.
Yeah,
tight end fade to fade.
You would love it to see him go in the game. But does he even list his offensive position?
Says receiver. I see it.
Receiver, it does. There's got to be a Walker Beatty package. Just think. I heard he was a stud in 7-on-7.
Coach said.
All right, here we go. They're going to go for it, Greg. The field goal unit is not out there. That would have been a 36-yard field goal attempt. But here we go. Ball's on the left-hand hash. 4th down. 19-yard line. Oh, it's a rollout by the quarterback. Kearley's looking downfield, throws it downfield to a receiver. It's a touchdown! Connor Kuykendall on the receiving end of that touchdown pass.
Jacob Kearley, you heard Coach talk about if he had a chance to pass more, how good he would be. We just saw a little bit of it there. That nobody around Kearley. He had all day on the play fake to throw it. Wide open in the end zone. Put 6 on the board.
Don't see is Kearley almost fell.
He did. Kept his feet.
Snaps back for the point after, and it is good by Mason Shipley. And just like that, Liberty Hill extends its lead and now leads 41-19. We are going to take a quick break now, Greg. You are listening to Liberty Hill football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
1, 2, 3, hit it! More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE-Texas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
Down of Highway 29, Liberty Hill and Burnet, in a long rivalry between these two neighbors. And Liberty Hill has won 5 in a row and well on their way to get the 6th, up 41-19. The kick is away, and it's going into the end zone and out of the end zone in the exact same spot almost.
Speaking of a trash can, you think if we put a trash can over there, he could just drop it in every time? Because it really feels like he keeps hitting the bottom of the U in Burnet every single kick.
Both these Shipley boys are incredible. I can't even if you've never watched these guys kick, I can't even tell you the type of weapons that they are for this Liberty Hill offense. As many points as they score, these guys are almost money on extra points and field goals within their range, and kickoffs is an amazing weapon, and they're good punters too. And so, but they're just an amazing weapon for the Panthers to have. So the Burnet Bulldogs are back onto the field. Ball's on the 25-yard line in the middle of the hashes. Take the snap, hands off left-hand side, and going to lose some yardage a little bit there as the Panthers were able to collapse on that one.
Led by Walker Beatty. They ran right at him. That's a mistake.
Well, the quarterback's been getting rid of the ball quickly on all the passes, haven't really given much time to the pass rushers to get to him. So that's why you haven't heard us call the defensive line's names much, because the ball's coming out so fast from the quarterback's hands. 2nd and 10. Snaps back, straight drop back throw out to the left-hand side. Intercepted! Run back is going to be a pick 6! Matthew Montez.
Tim, he stepped in, read the quarterback's eyes. We said that Liberty Hill had been getting to them quick. That time they didn't, and the quarterback had all day to throw. And unfortunately for him, Montez was keyed on his read the whole entire time, like he threw it to Montez, and he took it in untouched.
Pick 6 for Matthew Montez, and there's a flag on the play against Liberty Hill. There was a player coming onto the field, thought he needed to go in, was running out. But we're just going to back it up for Mason Shipley. This is not a big deal for him. It's a little chip shot, and I hope I just didn't jinx him.
You put it out there.
I did. I apologize, but
I
he's not going to miss
it. If any kicker has a chance, he gets to break the jinx.
Right. It's essentially a 25-yard field goal. It is up, and Greg, it is good. And Liberty Hill now leads 48-19 over the Burnet Bulldogs, and we still have 1:09 left to go. Greg, you remember what the score was at halftime? 20-12. And it's now we now have 48, and Liberty Hill has starting to blow this thing open. I haven't called a pick 6. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Not live at a high school game,
Pretty good play there by Montez. To step right in front of it. He's been getting Monta's been getting picked on, as has Seward on the other side. Brewer, they've been having to deal with that quick pass in front. A couple of them gotten beat over the top. But credit one to the defensive backfield for Liberty Hill. They've been getting picked on all day, but right there they got one back.
Now, Matthew Shipley is set to kick it off. He kicked it out of bounds, Greg. You jinxed him.
I was on the 1 yard line.
You jinxed him.
I might have, Tim.
You got to talking about that kickoff.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I do have to tell you, the Shipley boys are soccer players, by the way.
Is that right?
Yes. That didn't surprise you, though.
Not with the way they kick. No, it definitely does not. It definitely does not.
Burnet's bringing their offense back onto the field. We now have a minute left to go in this third quarter of play. Liberty Hill leading 48-19.
It's been a while since they've talked about the Shipley brothers in Burnet.
That's true. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Handoff right off to the right-hand side. A pickup of 1 before the Panthers were able to bring him down. The Panthers are smelling the win here, but they want more. They will not back off of them, and Burnet's going to try to get back on the scoreboard. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Look for that. Oh, the flag's thrown. I think they're going to call against Liberty Hill. And they're going to talk about it. Actually, this is one which doesn't seem to be so clear on who the penalty's on.
Number 88 walking towards the refs.
He is. Beatty is going over there. He is in there. He what? Look at that. That is so awesome.
Oh, I think you might have got the call.
Yes, what? That is so awesome. And we talk about Walker Beatty, and now he's coming out. I maybe got too close to the huddle, but but he really does. And coaches are talking to him now. I don't know if they say, hey, you need to stop calling those, get in the huddle with the refs, but he's come out of the game. But he does. The referees are talking. He migrates over and sort of listens to the discussion. I don't know if he says anything, but he listens. Isaiah Mason came into the game. Played defensive end there. Snaps back. Throw out to the right-hand side, and Liberty Hill, there's a flag on the play, but Liberty Hill picks up on it pretty quick. I don't know if there was going to be holding or face mask there on the defense.
Looked like a face mask.
Might have been holding on the offense. Let's see what they call.
Another short pass that this Burnet team has been using all game long.
Nope, it's going to be against Liberty Hill. And it'll be a
face mask.
Yeah, face mask against Liberty Hill. It'll be a first down. The ball's being moved up to the Burnet 41-yard line. The ball will be on the left-hand hash. We're 2 seconds left to go. Actually, that's going to be it. We're going to go to the fourth quarter. We're going to take a break. Liberty Hill has blown this one open 48-19 going into the fourth quarter. And we're going to be right back. You are listening to Liberty Hill Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? We're like the biggest, most beautiful field of bluebonnets you can imagine. Except we're not going to play sports here because they're bluebonnets. What, are you crazy? We'll get some nice pictures before we go, though. Hey, kids, just sit down over there. Yeah, right in the middle of them. Smile. Perfect. Well, we'll send this one to Grandma. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPETexas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
Come back here to the fourth quarter. Burnet has the ball on their own 41-yard line, throwing deep to the right inside. Has a receiver, and there's going to be a flag thrown on the defender as he got a little too close. Brady Brewer on the coverage.
Didn't get a chance to turn his head around there.
Yep.
And just made too much contact right as the ball landed. They all got there. Brewer and the receiver and the ball seemed to all get there at the same time.
It is going to be marked off. Let's see where they will place the ball. A couple of good things happen for Burnet when they throw the ball like that. It could be that pass interference, which they've had called for them a couple of times, or a completed pass and that's ended up really good for them, and they're going to mark it back. I think it's going to be in Liberty Hill territory at the 44-yard line. Ball's at the 44-yard line, left-hand hash. Burnet's coming up to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to the right. Throwing out to the right-hand side, and it is almost picked off. Incomplete pass. And, Greg, you notice a tendency here. They're throwing the ball a lot and most of the time to their home side. I know that's a tendency for a lot of teams, but if you notice when they were going to the right, they were doing the same thing, and they tend to really throw it a lot to their home side.
Tim, you're absolutely right all game long, whatever directions they're going.
Yep. Snaps back, handoff up the middle. He's going to be wrapped up for no gain. It'll bring up third down. I mean, even when they were going that way, when they would put two receivers out to the right, they would throw it to the single receiver. But, again, I would tell you that probably 80% of the balls are being thrown towards their sideline.
Maybe more.
Maybe more. And it's third down. Ball is at the Liberty Hill 45-yard line, left-hand hash. There are three receivers to the right, and Panthers are short of defender. They need to get out there, and now they do, making a late adjustment, one to the left. And the middle screen is on. It's complete at the 45-yard line, but the Panthers do a good job in limiting the damage as he's tackled at the 40-yard line for a gain of only about 4.
Mason Aggo, you heard Coach talk about him being one of the defensive leaders on this team. He did not get fooled. Maybe everybody else in the defense, the defensive line did for sure. But Aggo from his linebacker spot makes the tackle and negates what could have been a big play. Because that middle screen has given this Burnet team some big plays.
And it is fourth down, and the Bulldogs are going to go for it. They're in Liberty Hill territory. They have two receivers to the right, one to the left. Snap is back, roll out to the right, throws out to the right, and almost intercepted. And Brady Brewer makes up for that pass interference call, gets a hand on it, knocks it away, and gets the ball turned over to Liberty Hill.
Always like it when you can come back and make a defensive play when you gave up a first down or you gave up a penalty like that.
Yep.
And Brewer gets the ball back with an excellent play, stepping in. His technique at the point is excellent. Another hand in there to take the ball away.
Panthers up the line of scrimmage and hand off to Harrison, and he's going to stay on his feet and break open and gets tackled from behind. It's rare at about the 20-yard line. A big gain for Kyle Harrison.
Harrison ran into his own man and ran into his own man twice. before he got tackled from behind.
Looks like he's cramping up. He's having to come off the field. Brewer goes in the game to play for Harrison in his position. Panthers up to the line of scrimmage at the 24-yard line. Takes the snap. Hands off to the right inside tube. That is Ponton, and he's going to trot in the end zone, but there's flags. There's 2 flags. This is coming back. So it's going to come back, and they're going to call, it looks like, holding against Liberty Hill.
They're going to have a discussion about it. Excellent run by Ponton there as he broke through.
And one of the referees are putting up a symbol of like a bear hug, and that, I think that's a sign for holding.
It is for sure.
Yeah, when you put this sign up like that, I think that's holding. And it's going to be marked off. That's a 10-yard penalty. And Ponton went through untouched just about. They're going to have to reboot and do it again.
With the score being 48-19,
yeah,
probably not going to see the pass.
Up the line of scrimmage, handoff right up the middle to Tristan Taggart, and he buries some defenders, gets down to the 25-yard line.
If Taggart, the lineman's dream, right?
Sure.
Halfway through the season, Taggart, we're going to need you to carry the ball.
What?
Absolutely.
What? Coach, me?
I mean, and he has done well with the assignment. Good hard runner.
Pickup of 9 yards. It's 2nd and 11 now. Handoff left inside. That is Brewer on a carry. He gets down close to the 20-yard line. It will bring up 3rd down and about 8 needed for the first down.
Brewer in for Harrison. Just doesn't quite have the speed once he gets to that, past that first blocker.
3rd down. And it's going to be a rollout by Kearley, and he breaks it out to the outside, and he's sprinting for the end zone, and he's going to get into the end zone. A nice move by Kearley to get on the scoreboard for himself.
Jacob Kearley, he carries it. We talked about him carrying out the fakes all game long. He carries out the fakes. He carries out the fakes. He doesn't have the ball. That time, he kept it. But, Tim, he was dead to rights.
Oh, he had to do a move.
And he did have to do an inside-outside move, a la Kyle Harrison.
Mason Shipley on with the PAT. The kick is up. And there's a flag down. It's good, but there's a flag down on the play. And Panthers are coming off because it's just going to be, it's not against the Panthers. And Liberty Hill extends their lead to 55-19 now, Greg.
Wow.
After only scoring 20 at halftime.
5 touchdowns, just like that, to break this game open.
Wow.
4 on the offense, 1 pick 6. And if there were trash cans kicked, it worked.
No, it was. A metal one. I did tell him a metal one, but I don't think he may not have had his choice here at Burnet unless he brought his own. You know, well, he didn't one of those metal ones, but that'd be well worth it.
For sure.
Yeah, well worth it. Liberty Hill set the kickoff, now leading 55-19 here in the 4th quarter. Couple of scoreboard updates. Hendrickson leads Vista Ridge 47-7. And Lampasas is leading Taylor 28-20. The kick is away, and it's going to be kicked into the end zone. Oh, and check this out, folks. Just in. Fredericksburg has upset Canyon Lake 21-14. Down goes Frazier.
Wow, that's a final?
That's a final. Fredericksburg has beaten Canyon Lake and knocked Canyon Lake from the ranks of the unbeaten.
The Battling Billy Goats come up with a big win.
Yes, huge win. Look, Greg, I'm not making that up.
I see it.
This is right off Dave Campbell's football.
Big win for Fredericksburg.
Throw out to the outside. Bam! A big hit by Brewer.
Brady Brewer has seen that play one too many times.
No.
He's done with having that small little wide receiver screen.
He just came up and did a Kimbe Mutombo.
He definitely.
No.
He was 100 miles an hour.
Oh my gosh, that was a big hit by Brewer.
Great closing speed by Brewer.
Oh, now it was a complete pass, but they lost 5 yards on it.
Wow. Passing to their sideline.
Their sideline, I'm telling you, they just want. I'm just curious if the coaches surely picked up on that, and it's interesting. Do you wonder if Burnet realizes the tendency that they've created?
I don't think so, or they'd stop doing it.
And Greg, Burnet calls the timeout. So Greg, tell me, from your vast football knowledge and background, tell me what's the advantage of them. You see some teams do that, but this is over the top. What's the advantage of doing that?
Tim, it doesn't really make sense because it doesn't matter if it's short side or long side, or if they're going north or south. They just seem to be calling plays at their sideline over and over and over for whatever reason, whether they're getting guys in and out after the play. Might be a reason why, because if the play is over right there, he's done, and then another guy comes in, so that if you make one of those plays over here, then it takes that much longer to get over, but it really...
Well, you could see now they're picking it up. You know the guys on the other side of this wall have seen that.
They had to have.
And when I say the other guys on this wall, is the coaching staff, the scouting staff is just on the other side of the wall from us here, and I do see you starting to see the defense play a little different on that side. Now we have a receiver. We do have a receiver to the left-hand side and two to the right. Let's see if they come to this side this time. Snaps back. Nope, they're going to the right. They throw it to the right, and almost it was not complete, but another big hit by the Panthers.
Absolutely. After that play, Trenton Seward decleated a Burnet Bulldog at the end of that play along their side.
Right. And at 3rd down and 15 needed for the first down. Now we're seeing 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Watch a hitch and go to the right-hand side possibly. Man in motion right-hand side. There he goes to the right again to the sideline of incomplete pass. Again, a pass to the Bulldogs sideline.
And credit Brady Brewer there, who has been beat a couple times, made some great plays. Obviously, he's been playing really well. But that time, same play that he got the penalty called on, and that time he didn't.
But they had double coverage. They're picking up on what we're talking about. We have not seen double coverage yet, and that was double covered to that side.
Cheney not playing on this strong side and leaking over there to help.
It is 4th down and forcing Burnet to punt. Gets the ball away. A horrible punt. Goes out of bounds. Probably, I'm going to tell you right now, a net of maybe 5 yards on the punt.
I don't think so.
Wow.
I think it's going to be.
Well, they moved that line up, Greg, and so it's at the 25-yard line. Liberty Hill's going to have first and 10 from the 25. We now have 7.5 minutes left to go in this contest. Liberty Hill leading 55-19. Snap right-hand side. Carry. Tripped up. That is Trey Seward on the carry. Have a couple of different kids in there at running back. Snap is back, handoff right up the middle. That is Nash Robinson. He gets across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Third down and about 5 yards needed for the first down. Let's see, 4 yards needed. Takes the snap, hands off the right-hand side, and that is Ponton. And he's close to a first down. He'll be short a yard.
Denver Ponton, good game tonight. Hard run when his number has been called. He has not gotten cheated. He really has maximized his opportunities and moved the ball forward when given the chance.
It is 4th and 1. Liberty Hill's going to go for it here, try to keep the clock running. And it is a handoff right up the middle to Robinson. He gets the first down, gets down to the 10-yard line.
Another runner that is having a great night, Robinson, when his number gets called. This Liberty Hill team just keeps, like Coach said, next man up. And they are really taking advantage of that philosophy right now.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Kearley hands off right-hand side. That is, again, Trey Seward, and he's hit hard at the close to the line of scrimmage. He picks up 1.
Looked like he tried to get a little jump there like Harrison.
Second and goal from the 9-yard line. Handoff left-hand side. That is Ponton again, getting down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line, brings up third down.
This Liberty Hill offense just rolling right now. Just rolling. Burnet has no answer.
And these aren't typically the first string guys, and they're carrying the ball. I think it's the first string offensive line. Man in motion, right-hand side. It's pitch out to the right-hand side. And that is going to be just short of the goal line. Trey Seward on the carry. Looks like he was going to be able to get in the end zone, but tackled just short at the 1. It is a 4th down.
Good hard stretch run there by Seward. Younger brother of Trenton Seward, defensive back for these Liberty Hill Panthers.
Here is the 4th down play. They're going for it. Up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Kearley takes the snap. Hands off right-hand side, and it is a touchdown. Is that Seward? It is.
I saw his brother get up to go look. Must have known it was coming. Seward gets rewarded for some good hard running. Puts it in the end zone.
Liberty Hill extends its lead. Now Mason Shipley's on to attempt the point after. Kick is up. And good. It looked like it might not make it. And Greg, we have 62-19. I don't know how your math did. You know how many seconds?
42-7.
Oh, okay. 42 second half points for the Panthers.
7 for the Bulldogs, and it came on their first possession.
That's true.
You know, to try to keep it going, try to keep the upset happening.
Yep.
Burnet came out and did what they needed to do, but then it was all, after that, it's been all Liberty Hill. When the defense starts clicking and definitely turns them over for the pick 6, but they really have stepped it up here in the second half.
And they figured out Burnet's offense and rendered them really ineffective.
Tim, you figured out Burnet's offense midway through the third quarter, throwing that ball over there because as soon as you mentioned it, it just kept happening.
It did, and it's continued to do so.
The one time that they threw it to this side, Liberty Hill picked it off and took it back to the end zone.
That's true. Put his hand up for a fair catch, but if you fair catch it in that, you could get it out too. So it's out, coming out to the 25-yard line. And we have just under 4 minutes left to go in this game. And Liberty Hill has dominated this second half after struggling the first quarter offensive and defensively. Now here's a pass to the left-hand side. It is complete, tackled immediately, rolled out of bounds at the 30, and there's a flag. Ah, wow, I can't believe he threw a flag. He tackled him, and the momentum just carried him over.
I don't think the Liberty Hill fan base agrees with the call.
He started the tackle in bounds, and it just continued out of bounds, so I'm really surprised. So it's going to be marked off against Liberty Hill. The ball's coming out to the 45-yard line. And again, slow calling it coming out here. The Burnet really just, his offense is just slow. Handoff up the middle. Nothing doing there as the Panthers are really swarming the ball carrier now. Greg, as I see this offense being played out slow for Burnet all night long, they're just so lethargic in the pace that they have. And I know it's by design, but it has no energy. It has no pace except a slow pace.
You talked about them trying to get the plays in from the sideline.
Yeah.
The coach cost them that one set, and you know, you're hitting it on the head when you're saying how slow and slow developing it is.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback. Snap is back. Handoff wide to the right-hand side. It's cut across, first down and more, and he's speeding down the sideline. Finally, in Liberty Hill territory, deep, run out of bounds about the 25-yard line.
That stretch play finally got blocked right up front, and they're able to get some good yardage on it here on the second teamers from Liberty Hill.
First and 10 from the 25-yard line of Liberty Hill. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this game. Liberty Hill leads 62-19. The streak will extend to 6 in a row, Liberty Hill over Burnet.
With this one being the biggest number
you know,
the past 6.
If you don't know, they made shirts up. Liberty Hill's made shirts up on the back of it. It has the 6 games, and all of them in a row. I mean, or 5 games, all in a row. Handoff up the middle, short gain, maybe a couple of yards. Bring up second down and 8. Ball's on the 22-yard line. Man, that's just rubbing it in, had those shirts.
Those shirts are
rivalry shirts right there.
Rivalry shirts, for sure.
Snaps back, handoff again, left-hand side, same running back, gets down the sideline. Going to be a first down at about the 10-yard line.
Jose Salazar, the kicker for Burnet, he's in there running the ball tonight, Tim. He looks pretty good.
Yep. I'm telling you, Greg, they gave us this program and they switched the numbers up. That's not who's running the ball. I'm telling you. They did a switcheroo. It didn't work.
It worked in the first quarter.
It did. Liberty Hill's going, who is that? Snaps back. Handoff. Same play, left-hand side, trying to get to the sideline. The Panthers run him out of bounds at what looks like the 1. Oh, there's a flag on the play late. And let's see who this is against. I can't see the referee. Now I see the white hat. Unsportsmanlike against the defense. That's going to give them a first down, Greg. And I know coach is not going to be happy with that.
Escamilla, Tim, is what the announcer said.
Okay. That's who their running back is supposed to be. So they did do a switcheroo on us tonight.
They did.
So Jackson Denton probably was been quarterbacking all night long, and they switched numbers. To number 18. So I'll call it. Jackson Denton at quarterback. Takes the snap. Hands off the same play to the right-hand side to Escamilla, and he's tackled for a loss. So the story goes, they give us this program. I go to the other side. They give us this program with Burnet, Liberty Hill, all the players, their numbers in it. And we already know who their main quarterback, their main running back is, their main receiver. And when the game starts, the guy that's listed in the quarterback in the program as quarterback is a different. The quarterback is a different number than that guy. The guy carrying the ball is a different number than their main running back. Same thing with the receiver. They've switched it up. Quarterback sneak up the middle, carry, and it is a touchdown for Burnet. Jackson Denton on the quarterback keeper, and Burnet gets back on the scoreboard. It's 62-25, pending the PAT. So I'm going to say it is Jose Salazar on the kick. It's number 27. They should even switch the kicker's number.
With Escamilla.
That is so mean.
Pulling out all the stops.
Yes. Kick is up, and it is good. 62-26 is the score. That was, they just switched all the numbers up.
They don't want to see that, that T-shirt that has 6 wins in a row on.
No, well, that's coming next year.
I guess so.
Yes, 6 in a row. So Liberty Hill now leads 62-26. We're just now with only 42 seconds left to go in this game. Who does that? Who changes the numbers, Greg? I've never even heard of that.
We just witnessed it.
We did, but what was the purpose? To confuse Liberty Hill?
Maybe for the first couple series. After that,
that they're going out there. Wait. I thought, because if you haven't played football, as the football team prepares, you get this little playbook during the week. You get this little scout book, and it has their players' numbers, the formations, and so you're practicing.
Watching film.
Yes, watching film. You're practicing against that. And even sometimes at practice, they put a player with that number as a scout team.
Scout team, for sure.
And so you're actually focusing and looking at number, for example, Jackson Denton was listed in the program as 11. And so you're practicing against the quarterback as number 11. And you see it on film, and and when they come out, the quarterback, the running back, the kicker even, the receiver, they've all switched numbers tonight, which we didn't know. We got the program directly from the home side, and so we weren't informed. And we're visitors we're on the visitor side press box, so we can't just open the door and walk down the hall and ask the home announcer the correct numbers. So it's made it a little difficult on me tonight, Greg. I'm just
it has been tough to call for the Burnet players.
And it is an onside kick by Burnet, and it does not look like it went the correct distance enough. It's got to go 10 yards, so when you make contact with it, it's got to go 10 yards before you can touch it. Now, the offense can come inside that 10 yards and
if they do,
fall on the ball.
It's live.
But if they touch it, it's alive. And so Liberty Hill will start. They're just going to have the ball close to midfield at the Burnet 49-yard line, leading 62-26 with 42 seconds left.
You have to think that this is going to be the kneel down.
And they put Harrison back deep for the kneel down. And I think they're going to have to run one more play. I think they'll have to run one more play.
I think I saw Kyle Harrison asking for the pitch.
I do not doubt that. I don't doubt that one bit. And actually, that's going to be it.
Now these players out there shaking hands.
So, final from Burnet, Texas, the Bulldogs Stadium tonight. As the clock winds down, Liberty Hill is going to win 62-26 to finish out this contest and extend the Panther win streak over the Burnet Bulldogs to 6 years in a row. So now you have guys that were 8th graders that have come through the system
and hadn't lost
to Burnet. And it's been, it's a big deal to Burnet to be down like this all these years, and Burnet's been so prideful of their football program to fall on hard times, and it's got to be tough. And they needed this win tonight to stay in the playoff hunt, as they were 0-2, and that's going to eliminate them from any type of playoff contention. But
as you look up and down this roster, though, Denton, sophomore.
Yep.
Escamilla, sophomore.
Yes.
They're big players. And Devontae Miller, freshman.
Kicker, sophomore. No, they're not very senior laden on the team. They have some seniors, but there's not a lot. There's even a freshman on the team, and so that is pretty incredible. They're young, and we'll see them come back. So to summarize, Liberty Hill started this game really slow. Burnet came out on all cylinders, throwing out some different things and being successful at their passing game out in the flats, and then Liberty Hill settled in. Halftime, coach kicked the trash can and got these kids motivated. Now, people are going to think he kicked the trash can because I said that, right? So, but anyway, got these kids motivated and pointed back in the right direction and focused, and got these kids going and scored 42 points in the second half to beat Burnet 62-19. Any final thoughts?
Just this defense, under the gun first half, great adjustments. Talk about adjustments all the time. Love to see them come back and have a great second half, pick six, and take it to the house. And then again, this Liberty Hill offense, just once they get rolling, Tim, they're hard to stop. They are hard to stop.
Well, folks, if you're still listening, next week they're on the road in Taylor. We'll be broadcasting next week. But yours truly, Tim Dean, won't be on the air. Greg will be here with some unknown fill-in for me. Not really sure who it might be yet, but we will be broadcasting the game. I will be out on vacation that I've had planned for over a year. So, sorry I'll miss the game, but Greg, you're in good hands with Greg Ceriti.
Hopefully you'll be tuning in wherever you are.
No, I will not.
Listen.
Negative. No, not a chance. Not a chance. So, you're on your own there, brother. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Liberty Hill wins 62-26. Tune in next week as they play the Taylor Ducks. You've been listening to Liberty Hill Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network. See ya.